type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Friday edition of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, Sean Belishan here in the house. It is a nickel package Friday. It is a bourbon Friday. Shout out Varchez. I'm excited for this one. This is their rye whiskey in the port wine cask. So, not a bourbon Friday per se. It's a rye whiskey Friday per se. So we're going to do it, though. Cheers to you,
I'm
my
a rye
friend.
guy. You know that.
I know you are.
I never hide it. So.
I know you are. Hey, but Varchez has you covered. They're over there. They're a couple miles from here. They got a great tasting room. It's a vibe in there. Great cocktails. It's a solid Friday night. Solid Friday night out there. And they're watching the show right now, bottling this very stuff we're drinking.
Shout
so it comes
out.
full circle.
Take a hit of this, bro. This is good.
Thanks,
I know.
guys.
I'm going in. Well,
Really?
I'm gonna go around the room so I can clear out. All right, ball. KG, what's really good?
That finish on that?
Yes, sir.
That finish on that?
Yeah, I thought it would be I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would be a little too designer for me.
I feel you, yeah.
But it's not. It works. We got KG, we got Spencer Baxter, Spenmo.
Hello.
You ready for tonight?
Oh, yeah. Wait, what's tonight? Oh, yeah.
The madness rolls on.
Yeah, for sure.
We have Chase in the Chase Lounge. Young Justin is here in the building. Chase, what do?
All joking aside, it should be a fun game to watch. Both teams like to run. It's going to be a track meet, so expect a lot of points scored, a lot of big dunks. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
And as we saw in the Kansas-Arkansas game last night,
Hunt, dude.
it can be the games can be fun when they turn up. Young Justin, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. The Spite Store was in full effect last night with the Hunter Dickinson. I mean, no points in the second half. Absolutely beautiful. And 36% from the field, 11 points. I'm on cloud 9. Michigan almost did blow it, but, I mean, they came out on top, survived advance.
That's what the name of the game is. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. Subscribe and get in there. Just a couple clicks away from 80,000, as a matter of fact. But yes, Sean, we are going to talk a lot of Michigan basketball. I know you. If there's a sporting event, you're up watching it and you were locked in.
Oh, absolutely. Last night was one of those fantastic nights, and I'm serious when you talk about bang for the buck, because Neil, you and I grew up in a generation where January 1 was everything. It really was. I would have fought somebody
Till they balled it up and threw it in the trash.
Right. I would have fought somebody if they told me that January 1st wasn't the best day of the year. Like, honestly. And it's I won't go as far as ball it up and throw it in the trash.
No, that's what they did, Sean. They threw it in the trash.
Comparatively speaking, I understand the analogy. I don't know how anybody could argue. Yesterday was unbelievable. You know, and it's funny. Can we go back to Monday? We were talking about this on Monday.
Yeah.
If you want to look like the smartest guy in the room, take a 12, one of the 12 seeds, talk it up. Really, pick any one. To kind of save yourself, pick two, okay? Neil, we were talking about this on Monday. The two teams that we mentioned, okay? Oh, I really like this McNeese State team.
Yeah.
You look like the smartest guy in the room. You're fooling everybody. It happens every year. But, Neil, honestly, going back to it, you had the pregame festivities, all the action. Then you get that little break in the action so losers like us can run to watch whatever hockey game's on. And at 7:30, I was locked into a game in lovely Long Island and watch that game. And then I can tap back in when that game's over. Like, it's such a wondrous day. I've been told, I haven't experienced this, I don't know if you have, Neil, that the first 2 days of the tournament is like prime Vegas viewing watching too. I've never been, but I have a group of friends that go. But pound for pound, if you're talking about like great sports viewing days, may I present to you the first 2 days of the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Bingo.
Unbelievable days. You cannot deny them at all.
Bingo. Updating the Woodward Sports brackets that we had going on, brought to you by Jack and Nathan Neurosurgery. Shout out to Coltro 06, the only perfect bracket remaining in the Woodward Sports. bracket challenge. I'm sitting in 10th place right now. I got 2 games wrong yesterday. Kansas cost me, but I did hit McNeese State. I did hit Drake, so I have that going for it.
Embarrassed Clemson. That shit was crazy. I watched that game at home. It was crazy.
Will Wade gets players, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Late in that game, though, I thought they were going to give it up.
I didn't feel like they were
Really?
going to lose. I didn't feel like they were going to lose.
I was terrified because I was sitting there. Everybody wants that smartest guy in the room shit. Let's
Yeah,
be
true,
honest.
true.
Yeah, we were talking about I told you guys. I don't know the first fucking thing about
Right.
McNeese State.
But it was too little too late. If you watch that game from the entirety, it was a ass whooping.
Yeah.
That score does not indicate
No,
how
it
bad
does
of a
not.
game.
No,
by
McNeese
Clemson
always
that
got a
was.
bucket, and they always got a bucket. And here's why I mess with McNeese State. The roster construction out there. How did they get their buckets? They broke press, dunks,
Yeah.
flying in dunks.
Yeah.
Like those are Power 5 type dudes that were a little under the radar that Will Wade went and found.
Yep.
And shout out to him because I sat in his courtside seats for the national championship game in 2019
Shout out.
when he was being investigated by the FBI.
Hey,
That's a
shout
great
out.
story.
Yeah,
That
it
is a great story.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know I love coaches with smut on their name. They
No doubt.
always go out and show out. I love it.
And I was sitting next to the guy that's going to get the McNeese State job coming up.
Shout out.
So there you go. That's cool. That's a cool story. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, it's
Are
great.
you flexing? Yeah, I'm
That's
flexing.
a flex
that.
for sure.
I'm flexing that one. 100%. 100%. It's my favorite sports story ever. Jump into the super chat like Burn. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I want the anti-Terrion Arnold crowd to come out and explain how he is a bust.
Yeah.
Show the
Oh, my
evidence. Show me the
God.
game. Well, is this from the
Yeah,
morning?
it
Yes,
is.
it carried over from the morning show. Once again, we got TA doubters in the chat. We tried to talk him down. It didn't work. So you either know or you don't at this point.
I don't get it. I'm not being funny.
Sean, what if he's a number 2 cornerback?
I don't.
Is that
I
a
don't-
bust?
I don't get it.
No.
I don't. But the whole instant reaction bullshit.
Yeah.
When's it gonna? You guys, seriously, we played this game with Darius Slay.
Right.
Don't deny it. Do not deny it. Okay. I always joke. No offense, KG. I always joke like Brady Hoke. Find me one person who was all in for Brady Hoke.
Great example.
Find me one. Just one person. Find me one person who was all in for Brady Hoke.
Michigan man.
Right. Everybody denies it. No. Oh, I never liked him. Oh, no. Bullshit.
Sean, you and I worked together.
Yeah.
We were at we were at ESPN Radio together.
Bullshit.
Remember those shows?
You were all in on that guy. And that's the same thing now. The reason I bring that up, find me one guy that will openly admit, yeah, man, I thought that Darius Slay was a bust. You all did.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. You all did. That ran talk radio for a good year and a half until it didn't anymore.
Until it didn't.
And then you couldn't find one person say, yeah, man, I was one of those guys. I thought that Slay was a bust. Okay, listen. All right, in the interest of being fair, KG, may I present this? You might be right. I don't think you are. You might be right, okay? Can we wait a little bit?
Exactly.
Please.
Let's just wait a little bit.
Thank you, man. I'm convinced certain people in this fan base either want Cam Sutton or Jeff Okudah back, and that's
Literally.
fine. If y'all want him or Jeff Okudah to be the corners of this team, then you'll see how much of a difference Terry and Arnold is.
Can we
But
revisit
it is
this?
What it is.
Like seriously, can we revisit this in the second week of January?
Yep.
If you're 2 years in and dude's struggling, and look, we don't have to parse words with it. We know when a guy's struggling. Neil, I'll be the first guy to say, uh-oh, maybe we should have this conversation. We're 2 years in. I'm not ready to pull yet. I'm not ready to pull shoot yet. But you know what? It's not happening. Dude, it's a year.
Well, my whole
Like,
thing
come
is,
on.
like, Sean, he's shown at the least, right? At the least. CB2?
Yep.
Is that fair?
Yes,
And
very.
guess what? If he's a CB2, that's a hell of a good pick in the
Success.
20s of the
Okay,
first round.
Yes.
Okay. I'm with you. Okay. If that is that all he is? He's a CB2? Okay. Cool.
That's a hell of a pick in the 20s of the first round.
Take it. Take
Like, you can't, to quote a very, very good friend of mine, and Sean, since you've introduced this to my life, it's given me clearance. It's given me a more clairvoyant state of mind. When you take the exception and make it the rule, that's where I get off the highway. And you can talk about Quinion Mitchell going in front of him all you want. That's the exception, not the rule. If he's a cornerback too, the rest of his career, that's a hell of a good pick.
I'll take it.
I'll take. As a matter of fact, if you give me that contract right now, I'll sign it.
You know where our brains are at, though. We're a different fan base. We are so used to judging our guys based on the fact that they were taken around the top 10. We are. And you know what? When you're talking about a top 10 player, I would want more. I would.
Yeah.
I would want more. If he is CB2, put a circle around it, nobody could debate it. How could people complain about that? Now, I'm not even saying that's his ceiling, okay? But if I'm going to give some one way, I think it's fair to give some the other way. And that's, I think that's what this conversation always comes back to. It's like, I know, you and I were talking about this. Sorry to switch gears, but you and I were talking about this before. I get it, the emotional reaction. It feels good. The Patrick Kane signing and the people that literally lost their shit. I'm not the guy to go back on Twitter and go, oh, what do you have to say now? There are people that make their lives like that. I'm sorry, that ain't me. But I was absolutely lost at the logic behind it. And here's why. If it didn't work, so what? What did you lose?
Nothing, because the contract's off the books. And Sean,
and it wasn't a massive contract.
Right.
Like, nobody can take that deep breath and just say, okay, let's give it time. Let's give it a little patience. Nobody can do that. And this goes back to Neil. The last word that Detroit fans want to hear is patience. I get it. I totally get it. It's a rookie corner, man. Like, calm the bleep down. Come on.
Now, Sean, for the record, I will say I would be that guy that would go back to Twitter and do the gotcha stuff, but I don't have the time. For the record, I want to be, but I don't have the time to do it.
I was massacred for that because my take was, you're right. I don't know how good Patrick Kane is. You're right. I don't know if he can bounce back from this hip injury. You're absolutely right. What was the cost? You gave up nothing. Nothing. It was a low-risk, potential high-reward contract.
And I'd say it worked out.
Did.
Woodward Sports Super Chat, Dante 151. I do not, and I mean do not, want Cam Sutton or Jeff Okuda on my Lions team.
Some people do.
Those two with Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn can go to super hell. Not regular hell.
Yeah.
Super hell. Yes.
Super hell.
You don't know
Super
what you
hell.
got till it's gone, bro. Like, for real. I think we've just recency bias is crazy in this.
Huge.
No, it is.
Right.
I don't even think this is a case of recency bias, though, because in Terrion's last 3 games, he had a 53% catch rate allowed, and he only let up 121 yards in 3 games. What more do you want from a rookie corner?
Well, Justin Jefferson's the greatest to ever lace him up.
Yeah.
I was told that, yet I never see it when everything's on the line. What? Show me.
You got it, big dog. I don't want no problems with you.
Show me.
Smoke.
Big bad JJ. I know he's got the cool chain and everything like that, right? Jay Jettis, everybody. Show me. Show me the play in the big game. Show it to me. Show me the playoff. Hey, show me a playoff touchdown. Oh, that's right, you can't. Show me anything in a big moment. Oh, that's right, you can't. But tell me more about Jay Jettis. I had as many yards as Jordan Addison last year. I did. I didn't play.
I can't wait for that to start again. It's kind of funny. Like those Camp David peace pictures. Where Sadat shaking hand with the Israeli leader or something. Me and Viking fan have been cool for a few weeks now. Some of the guys that were giving me shit strictly because of you. Let's be honest. Strictly.
It's all news.
My greatest, most favorite line of that whole run was Sean saying, "Vikings fan, I am not your enemy. Neil is your enemy. I am."
Like the middle of the year, I said, listen, do I think you're a Super Bowl contender? No, I don't. But you're legit. You're a playoff team. I don't think it's going to fall apart.
I do.
So I think that Viking fan, well, they did make the playoff in fairness. So I think that Viking fan has kind of backed off. But when you start to speak again, I am going to be hit with that friendly fire. I'm gonna be caught in the crossfire, and that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm good with it. That's okay.
All right, we're gonna get into the Michigan game last night. We're gonna talk about the madness, but it is a nickel package Friday. We're gonna run the gamut, everybody. We're going all across. We got Lions, we got NFL, we got Red Wings. We do have some Pistons, also sports business as well. So we're gonna keep it on the clock today, and we're gonna do it. Ha ha!
Good luck with that.
Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer. They got the deals popping for you this month. The Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Lease it for just $199 a month plus tax. You want the SUV? The Equinox front wheel drive. Lease that, $249 a month plus tax. Go to feldmanauto.com, get all of the details, and scan the QR code on the screen. You can take a look at the inventory right this second, everyone. So if you want that new car for the springtime, one day it'll get warm. You think it's warm till you step outside. It's not. But anyway, if you want to get that new car for the springtime going into the summer, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule here for Woodward merch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. The NFL draft's here. Get your F them pick shirt. I don't know why, but we're selling a lot of them. So get your F them pick shirt. Get ready for the Pistons playoff run as well. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
Brad ain't effing no picks.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy,
No, he's
Woodward
not.
Sports Network, Nickel Package Friday. Neil Rule, Sean Belizian in for DMAC. We're squad. We got the whole squad out. Let's just say
Squad
it like
deep
that.
on a Friday.
Last night, Michigan got the win over UC San Diego.
Thank God.
Your get right.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Your get right of
double
Michigan
down.
minus
Yeah,
2.5.
You got it. Barely.
2
You
units
got it.
hit. Barely. What do you mean barely?
You got it, big dog. You got
There is or there is not. And in this case, there is. So that improves us to 66-33. Next game will be the 100th game.
Thank you, Neil. That saved my gambling day, that in Arkansas. So
No, that's the point.
That's what y'all get for betting on Hunt Dick, though.
I didn't bet on Hunt Dick.
All right, enough with him. His
Dude.
career's over. He didn't score the
He
final
finally
second
put
half.
the
Put the
fries
fries in the bag.
fucking bag, dude. Oh
It's
my
over,
God.
Is it over? Is it over?
It's over.
He can't have
No,
any more
is it
eligibility
over?
left,
COVID,
kid.
the COVID year, he was on the floor warming up
He was.
when they canceled the tournament.
That's insane
And
to
he
think
was a
about.
senior then.
Hey, I said it yesterday. The NBA is not hunting for Dick either, so
No.
it's all good.
No.
He's
But
gonna be
anyway,
hunting
though.
Dick
The
in
Swangdong
Istanbul or
Tigers are,
something.
though.
Right.
No, but
Get
He's
ready
not
to
going to
learn
make the
Chinese.
China League. He's not that good.
The Wong Dong.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Danny G. Michigan could have won that game so easily. LMFAO. After watching that, I already know Michigan isn't going far. Can't turn the ball over like that much and expect to go far. Now, Sean, if you listened to this show yesterday, when you play San Diego, UC San Diego, you can turn the ball over like that. And you can miss free throws because your rebounding, in particular your offensive rebounding, will carry you through. And when it was all on the line, what was the move? Vlad Golden offensive rebound. He's taller than everybody.
Yeah.
Makes 2 free throws. It's a wrap. Now, with that being said, that game kind of played out the way that we talked about it. They're going to turn the ball over. They're going to miss free throws. Now, and when you say, I guess what we need to do, Sean, is lay out what is, quote, going far for Michigan. Because do you notice this, Sean, that there's a rhythm to the NCAA tournament? And you have all your little pods. And Michigan, for all the people that were upset about the 5 seed and stuff like that, what if I told you your road to the Sweet 16 was beating UC San Diego and Texas A&M? Would you take that pod?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Then what are we talking about here?
This is where we have to remember expectations change, okay? Because I hear a lot of people, and you're not wrong, I hear a lot of people saying, well, look what he took over. Look. I mean, they were a disaster last year.
Correct, and they
especially in
were.
the Big Ten, okay?
Right.
But as the season progresses, can we can't pick and choose when we use the obligatory expectations change. Expectations change for this team. I mean, I'll ask you, I'll defer to you, KG, I'll defer to you, young Justin. shouldn't it be at least Sweet 16?
I mean, yeah, that's the hope. Everybody that has watched this team over the course of the year could see that this is a team that could possibly make noise in the tournament, and that's why I was kind of pushing back on Neil a couple weeks ago, just saying, hey, yes, it's nice to be here. It is wonderful that Dusty May has turned this around. We are, forever grateful for that. But this team was showing signs that they can make noise in the tournament, and that's what we expected. That's why that 2-week stretch was so detrimental, and now you're in the tournament. Some of the stuff that reared its ugly head during that 2 weeks is rearing its ugly head now, although they were able to go out there and get the job done. But I would love for this team to make the Sweet 16. Anything after that is an added bonus. But I think it's still there for them.
Yeah, but see, like you're talking like that's the expectation. And here's the deal. And tons of teams in the tournament are going to face this, right? And pretty much all the 5 seeds or the 4 seeds. Like, I'll give you Arizona, for instance, right? Their little pod that they're in. It's Arizona. They're going to play Akron. They're in there with BYU. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
VCU. Like, that's their little pod.
But these are one-and-done games. You can't be making the type of mistakes.
No, but I'm saying though, like
in this game,
like to say like it's Sweet 16 or bust for this Michigan team, Sean. And I know expectations change. I know they do.
Yeah.
But for me, when you're 3-17 and you got a coin flip game, this Texas A&M game is a coin flip game. I would probably lean Texas A&M, but they're flawed. And that's the reason that Texas A&M is seated where they're seated.
Yep.
Because they're flawed. Just like Michigan's flawed.
Yeah.
They're flawed. Now, it'll be a coin flip, and someone's season will be a roaring success, and then the other team's fan bases will be like, this was a failure. It's not.
No.
If they lose a coin flip game to Texas A&M, my view of the Michigan basketball season would be Dusty May came in here, took over a 3-17 team with all of his own guys, because clearly the guys that were here were not good enough. Is that fair?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did keep some players, and they've worked out to this point. But yeah, absolutely, he brought in his own people.
So, you know what I'm saying here, Sean? Like, the people that are going to be in this chat and say they can't go far, I would be surprised to see Michigan do this. I can't vibe with that because it's going to be a coin flip game.
And look, I mean, this newsflash, this isn't like any different from what we saw during the course of the season. I remember talking about this months ago. Hey, listen, if they can limit the turnovers, they're going to come. If they can limit the turnovers and hit a few threes, they're going to be dangerous. Yeah. They're going to have a chance against pretty much anybody. So I don't know, Neil. Like you and I were talking about this in a text late last night. Spenny, we were up way too late. Okay, I'm too old for that.
And shit. I knew it the whole time I was sitting there. I knew it.
You said right after the game, and I think it bears repeating. Okay, you saw the bad Michigan. You saw the bad Michigan last night. Okay, now if you follow this type of shit, doesn't the pendulum swing that way? And we might see the good Michigan against A&M. And if we see the good Michigan against A&M, the team that doesn't turn the ball over as much, the team that has those threes fall, Michigan wins going away in this game. Neil, yeah. I don't, like, honestly, they win going away in this game, even with the advantage that A&M might have in the rebounding aspect of things. But listen, that remains to be seen. I agree with you, this is a 50-50 game. But I'm not going to sit here and bash them or anybody else for finding a way to win on the first game of the tournament. I don't think that's fair. Like, survive and advance is real.
And they were on brand. Sean, yesterday I sat on this microphone and told you they can turn the ball over and they can miss free throws, and this will be their get out of jail free card. Because they're playing a team whose tallest guy is 6'8", right. and they out rebounded Maryland by 30. What were they going to do? And look, I know that the numbers ended up close to even, but when you miss 9 free throws, it seemed like all of them were front ends of 1-and-1s. Mm-hmm. UC San Diego gets free rebounds, so those numbers are going to be a little inflated.
All we're saying is that's not a recipe, to go far in the tournament.
But this is what they are.
Sure. No, and yes, and that's fine. Like, I don't think anybody in here said Sweet 16 or bust for Michigan. If it were to end the day, hats off. I think we all gave Dusty May an A in here yesterday. Like, it's hats off.
But you wouldn't have today if they lost that game.
No, what do you mean I wouldn't have?
If they would have lost last night, losing a 14-point lead at halftime.
It's still an
look at everybody now.
Yeah,
you think they lost yesterday?
That's not everyone. Once again, you're not speaking for the majority.
Spenny, is it the majority of the people in the chat?
Yeah, and the people of the
that's
chat.
all I
you
can
know how
go
many
by.
Michigan fans there are?
Well, there are the people watching the show, KG. I can't help you on that one.
There's 400 people in the chat. You think that's all Michigan fans everywhere, worldwide? 400 people.
It is a sample size.
It's a sample, but how big is the sample size? I mean, let's be real here. But anybody that would say otherwise is, once again, just in a tier of Michigan fans that I don't necessarily vibe with. But once again, everybody in this room gave Dusty May an A if this shit were to end tomorrow.
All right, so let's. I'm going to play the game then. You win the Big Ten tournament. You're out in the round of 32. You're cool with that?
Yes.
Okay. Clearly, this.
Well, how
team
can I
is
tell
not-
you you're wrong? You
Yes.
guys are fans, so I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
And me, who's like impartial, I would call that a good success.
That's
I would.
a great success.
I would call that a
Yes.
good success. What? What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm impartial.
Just move.
You're definitely not.
Mike Putnam was getting at me on Twitter last night. Like your hate for Michigan is downright funny or something like that. That's hate for Michigan. I gave you the get right on Michigan. That game went exactly how I told you it was going to go yesterday.
I knew this shit was going to happen.
What?
You gave to get right. I bet it on Michigan. So listen, I was trying
I told
to tell
someone
you
this
guys.
morning the exact same thing.
Did
that
it not go the way?
No, it
13
did.
offensive rebounds.
Yep.
When their ass
Neil-
was in the pressure cooker,
Neil
how'd they
was
get out
right
of it?
Again. Goddamn. Ding, ding, ding. Neil right again. Is that what you want to hear?
I don't have to hear it. I said it yesterday. I'm the one that said it.
Yep.
What?
I mean, if you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
You are.
Neil, I'm not. Can you help me? I don't understand what's
Yeah,
going on.
I
here.
don't
Can you
know
help me?
either.
Okay.
I think our
Spenny
chat
and I
is
are
just
over
so
here.
used to like you hating on Michigan because like this morning, like everyone was like, "Oh, I'm so hyped to hear Neil like rip this Michigan win." I was like, "Guys, he literally picked them to win. Like he's
And they won
yeah,
exactly the way I told you they were going to win.
exactly."
To be fair, I thought they'd have about 16 offensive rebounds. They had 13, so that's my bad.
Way to go,
I'll do
Neil.
better next
Good
time.
job.
Gosh,
Neil.
damn it.
Good
Sorry.
job.
Well, that's
Goes that
also
in
because
partiality.
Well,
they're soft.
yesterday, not
You sick
included,
son
a
of a
lot of
bitch.
your Michigan picks in the past have kind of been out of, a little bit of spite, a little bit of,
If I were a hater, I would say, what?
If I were a hater. That's right. There's a reason.
If
Sean's
I were a
doing this.
hater,
Seal it up, Sean.
we would talk about the football coaching staff.
I had to sneeze. I'm sorry.
And you will once football time comes around. But you don't hate Michigan, you hate the fans. And I think you
Correct.
made that very known. But that bias kind of plays into some of the shit you do. That's all. That's all we say.
Art Vandelay, Tone. Stephen Baffy, give Neil his props. It's hard enough to be right. At least give him due when he is spot on. Thank you, Stephen Baffy. I appreciate it.
I don't think anyone's not giving him
Like I
props in
said,
this
yesterday
room.
notwithstanding, because I felt like you was being real.
Mike
yesterday.
Putnam, confirmed hater in all caps. Cody Engel, KG Michigan fans wrote off the season after the second MSU loss. They said they wouldn't win the rest of the year.
Well, that's-
Doubters were there. And
not
that is
majority.
true.
The doubters were there.
Yeah, they
I
were.
had doubts. I'll admit that clean straight up. I had doubts about this team going into the Big Ten tournament. And they, like Neil says, they have a fatal flaw, a very big fatal flaw.
No, but what happened in the Big Ten tournament is what happens in basketball tournaments. They didn't have to play Michigan State. Mm-hmm. They got away with that.
Yep.
They didn't have to play them. So, and you don't have to apologize for that. Like, that's
Never.
the way tournament is. But I think that's the reason more people value a regular season championship than a tournament championship where you play 3 games and you catch a break and then boom, you win. Like, and I'm not degrading it. That's how they keep score. And the same way, they're playing Texas A&M. It's a 50-50 game. Texas A&M is the best rebounding team in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
In the nation. Now, they go stagnant on offense for long periods of time. However, their games lead to pace because they crash the glass offensively and they give up points in transition, which I think we can all agree Michigan can expose. They can.
That's what makes this interesting. I think that this is a fantastic matchup. And
It's a style fight.
Yep.
No, and you know what, Neil? We can say all we want about like the way that the tournament is configured, but I'm going to repeat to you again. If you think a bunch of cats get in a room around noon on Sunday to discuss this, you're out your mind. Okay? They knew what they were doing putting these guys where they put them because of this matchup. This really is, as Neil just said, it's a style fight.
Styles make
and
fights.
that's why I say when people get mad at me, I got a lot of shit after the fact on Monday. It was amazing how many people came at me because I said, look, winning the Big Ten tournament meant nothing to you. It didn't. I'm sorry. You want it. You don't say, no, thanks, I don't want it. But in terms of what it did in the eyes of the committee, their decisions were made 24 hours earlier. But, Neil, you know how it is. People hear what they want to hear, and somehow, some way, that was a shot against Michigan. No, it's a shot at how things are done. Because a team can completely change their trajectory, okay, which Michigan did, and win the Big Ten tournament, and it meant nothing. Because the decisions were made yesterday. The only time it means something is when the shit team makes the miraculous run and ends up beating Wisconsin in the tournament, or as you've seen it in the Horizon League, that, oh my gosh, what do we have to do now? We thought for sure that Oakland was going to be in. Oh my gosh, this 8-win team, went on a heater and ended up. That's the only time it changes things. That's what sucks for Michigan is congratulations, you won the Big Ten tournament, and your gift is nothing. You got nothing.
That's the way
from
that it works. Woodward Sports Chatter, before we cut to the break, Steve O'Baby. Neil, I remember people hating on you because you wouldn't acknowledge Michigan because they beat Ohio State. LOL. It didn't matter. It changed nothing. To you, personally, it mattered, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't matter at all. And that's the landscape of college football now. This is what we did to it.
Yep.
Like,
You're not wrong.
Real quick, part of my take on Twitter, Kansas before Hunter Dickinson, 19 of last 22 Big 12 championships. Kansas after Hunter Dickinson, 5th and 6th in the Big 12.
Yeah.
This is their first round exit since 2006 as well.
Hunt Dick, let's go.
Bump.
There you go. All right, let's take the break. Come back. Let's do Lions Nickel Package. We're off and running here on a Nickel Package Friday. Planet Fitness, everyone. I just wrapped it up. Wrapped up the week of running, everything, new PRs and all that kind of stuff. I've accomplished every fitness goal I've had in my life through Planet Fitness, and you can do the same, but it starts with a step. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. I'm telling you guys, I'll never be a member at another gym in my life. It'll always be Planet Fitness for me. Tons of cardio equipment, tons of treadmills, tons of weights, all of it. You're never waiting for things. There's always room. It's the best gym in the gym game, everyone. Trust me, I know. They give me all this stuff to talk to you about. I'm real lifing it with you right now. I'm telling you my story. And Planet Fitness is a part of it. Go to planetfitness.com or pull in the parking lot. Planet Fitness, don't pay more to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at michigansportsandspine.com or call him at 248-426-9944.
All right, we're off and running here. Nickel Package Friday, Mike Putnam. People that say Michigan-Ohio State rivalry doesn't matter are only jealous. They don't have that level of a rivalry. Mike, that rivalry doesn't matter anymore, the same way Auburn-Alabama doesn't matter anymore, unless you win to keep someone out of the playoff. Then that matters. But when you win and nothing changes and the team goes on to win the national title, it meant nothing. It changed nothing.
Take it from a Michigan fan. It meant nothing. and I'll admit
in
that.
the grand scheme.
There was 3 years
It
where
matters
that game.
to you.
But
Yeah,
and
once
then-
again,
It matters to me.
Your AD coming out and saying what he said.
Yeah, that's
It
soft.
mattered to somebody.
That's soft. And then the Jack Sawyer crying at the goal line because they're not gonna do it again. Like that's soft shit. That's pussy shit. But you're not saying it doesn't mean anything to the fan base.
No.
It didn't
But
mean
that's just
anything in
you.
the grand scheme of college football.
got it.
Yeah, and the
Because
grand scheme,
Ohio
that's why I
State
said, yeah.
still won the national
It was a
championship.
glorified exhibition game.
My
That might be
issue
aggressive.
with
It was.
Michigan
It-
fans.
Spenny.
I mean, it wasn't.
No, it was.
Or it was, yeah. But
Thank you.
My issue with Michigan fans, I think over the years has been well documented, Neil. I think you could get my back there.
Well, no, you're impartial.
I love that word.
More impartial to you.
Okay, but we listen, you guys. We lived in a time, and I'm serious when I say this. We lived in a time, and Spenny, you know where I'm going with this. We lived in a time when Ohio State and Michigan State were winning Big Ten champions. A lot, not all. A lot of Michigan fans told me that the Big Ten championship meant nothing, and I'm sorry that's absurd. It's irrational. Okay, now today, what does the Big Ten title mean? Not that much. Just doesn't.
no.
I mean, hang a little banner. You got a little banner up. But back then, winning the Big Ten title was
Back in
everything.
my day,
And you
used to
heard
mean
Michigan
something.
fans say that.
BCS
Why?
era.
Why? Because they weren't winning them.
Right.
Because they were watching Ohio State, their biggest rival, and little brother win Big Ten championships. So the
narrative changed.
the narrative changed. And that, unfortunately, whether you guys want to admit it or not, I don't care. Really, I don't care. That is the issue, I think, with a lot of people. And Neil, if I may speak for you, with a lot, not all, of Michigan fans. The recruiting grade arguments. Neil, you had a front row seat for some of those arguments. These people, oh gosh, these people told
shit
me
is
for
timeless,
years,
bro.
like, wait till you see Brady Hoke's recruiting class. Wait till you see this recruiting class. And then, you know what? Suddenly it didn't matter when they weren't getting the 4s and 5s and ranked in the top 10 nationally. Hi, Ryan, Ermanni. How you doing, buddy? You all right?
Oh!
All of a sudden, Ryan and I have done this for 15 years.
Yeah, Ryan had
We
kinda
have
got
like I'm not shitting you. We have danced this dance for 15 years. And all of a sudden it didn't matter. All of a sudden, like the anger and I can't talk with you and stuff like that. It didn't matter because they sit back and go, wow, wait a second. We just won a natty without top 10 recruiting classes. Wait a second. Are you telling me that a damn good coach finding fits for his team and making those fits work, are you telling me that's reality? Well, yeah. That's the way it's been for a long time. So, it's
top 5 recruiting
documented.
classes help, but comes down to
1,000.
down
Listen,
to the play on the field and the coaching.
Would I rather have a bunch of 5 stars? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course. But I can tell you definitively it doesn't happen, especially it doesn't need to happen in your own conference. Spenny,
It's like having the wind at your back on the golf course.
Mark D'Antonio.
You'd rather have it?
Look what D'Antonio did in that 3 years, and then all of a sudden the classes got better. Remember all of it, and what happened?
Fell apart.
The results kind of dropped.
Yeah.
I think they got away from that which made them successful, the chip on the shoulder type of stuff. And
I agree.
I think conversely, Michigan got the big chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And they won multiple Big Ten championships from it. It's
Woodward
amazing
Spo-
how that works out.
Woodward Sports Chatter at DNC ENT. Okay, go tell the players it means nothing. Does it mean anything to the players? Do you think Ohio State's crushed? They lost the Michigan game anymore?
That's to Michigan, but it didn't mean anything to Ohio State. They won a natty. Like, what do you
That's
want? What do you
that's
want
it.
from them? And in the grand scheme of
I'll
things,
continue to fight this fight. I will.
Sean, the Big Ten championship means nothing. It hurts you now. It literally hurt. You saw it in the
Or
playoffs.
ask Oregon how much the
Yeah,
Big Ten
literally.
championship means.
They went and they won the Big Ten. They got the bye, and their reward was playing the best team that played in the first weekend, who absolutely trampled them in the Rose Bowl. Literally, and I was talking to my dad before the game, and I was like, Dad, Ohio State's gonna blow Oregon's doors off. Like, and I was telling him that he didn't believe me. He was like, "Oh, Oregon's the Big Ten champ. They're a record."
Doesn't matter.
And I was like, "Doesn't matter. Ohio State is revving to
Especially-
go." And what they needed was that loss to Michigan. And unlike in the 2 years prior, where it kept Ohio State out of the playoff, because there's only 4 teams. This year, they were in, and they didn't need it. And they still went, and they won the Natty, and it poo-pooed anything that happened in the
That was extra oomph for the loss to Michigan. I think the loss to Oregon was enough oomph as it is. But you mix in the loss to Michigan, there was no way in hell they were losing that game. No, I'm with you, Justin. No way in hell they were losing that game. Listen, Neil, I'm going to be consistent, okay? 10 years ago, the Big Ten meant something. It did. I don't care what anybody says. You know, all these people that tried to use the exception to the rule and say, well, you can still get in the playoff. Bullshit, okay? That versus that, okay? Win the championship. You don't have to have those conversations. Listen, do you know what the Big Ten title means now? You'll hang a banner.
You'll sell some T-shirts.
You sell some T-shirts. Kid will get a ring. That's it. That's it.
That's all.
That's it.
F you, go vegan. Ryan Day is overrated as a coach. Soft, talented teams. What did Jim Harbaugh do that Ryan Day hasn't? That's how this conversation turns right now. And I know that's going to make people very uncomfortable, and people are going to get really pissed right now.
I look at his overall record. It's mind-boggling that people are still saying
Ryan
this.
Day did it quicker.
Like, you had to listen. You had to drop that. Like it was bad. That argument was bad last August. But after the events of the 2024 season, you got to put that baby to bed. You do. You can still play. We own Ryan Day. You can. I'm not saying you have to take that away. Okay. All right. But like, knock it off. Look at the overall record. Now he mixed in a natty. Stop. It's a bad bit. It's a really bad bit.
Let's get out for the break and get on the lines, Nickel Packer. We're coming out guns blazing.
We're
going to do it, everybody. All right? Where can they find Woodward on socials?
Oh, they can find him at Woodward Sports on all social media platforms. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, all of the platforms you need. Woodward Sports has a presence, so make sure you tap in to at Woodward Sports on all social media platforms.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
New rule here for Caesar Sportsbook. If you heeded the advice yesterday and took the get right and used the promo code Woodward1000 when you signed up with Caesars yesterday to bet it, you won't be needing the get your first bet back as a bonus bet if you lose. Because you won. Because I pretty much drilled it for you. However, you can, if you haven't yet, what?
Glazing.
Benny?
Glazing.
Win's a win.
It's a win.
A win's a win for Michigan when it's by 3, but not when Neil called it, I guess.
Man,
There seems to be a double standard.
Double standard there
extra
for sure.
glaze on the Michigan wins. That's all.
And
I'll
I'll put a lot of glaze on Caesar Sportsbook because they're one of the OGs of the sports betting game. It's an elite app. It's easy to read. It doesn't glitch out, all of it. Scan the QR code on the screen again. Use promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. When you do that, you make your first bet. Hey, bet up to $1,000 on Michigan against Texas A&M. If they lose, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. You see what I'm saying here? Caesar Sportsbook, man, that's the play. Use the promo code Woodward1000. All right, keeping it pushing. Nickel package Friday. The people are upset. They want the Lions nickel package. Can I address this? Mm-hmm. And no one say anything, and we'll just go to the nickel package, okay?
Cool.
Is that fair? Skydog722. Neil, I think Sparty's failing to win the double, regular season and tournament, hurts them far more than they're admitting to. They failed. Skydog, in a sport that has a tournament at the end, as you just found out with football, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Agreed. Period. End of story. Sean gave me the point. He understood the assignment. All right, let's go. Lions, nickel package.
No. Would I like to win the Big Ten tournament? Yes.
Yeah.
Am I freaking out because of it? No.
Did it matter at all?
No. I mean,
They would have been a 2 seed.
They would have been a 2 seed either way.
So
yeah, they wouldn't have got the 1 seed.
Nothing changed.
Got it, bro.
Yeah. All right. First question of the Lions nickel package. Are you comfortable with the defensive line as it sits?
Oh, I can't be. I can't be because we didn't get Myles Garrett or we didn't get Trey Hendrickson yet. I can't be because we don't have two $35 million edges. I can't be. No, I'm not. No, I want Myles Garrett. I want Zadarius Smith back, and I want Brad to go back and make trades
and sign
as
19 players that he had to sign in free agency.
I want all $30 million edges, Sean. No, I'm not happy with it at all.
No, I'm not happy. But as we talked about from day one, revisit this after the draft. I don't know. Again, Neil, I need to remind people, there's this thing called the NFL draft. No, seriously, there is. And
Really?
then, you know what happens? They have a first round.
What?
And you think it's done, right? But wait, there's more.
But wait,
there's
No.
I know. You know what? Speaking of that, more on that later with the 49ers.
But wait, there's more.
No, Sean.
Listen, there's a second day. And if you act now, I'm going Billy Mays. And if you act now, there's a third day where you can get multiple players.
All for the price of one.
All for the price of one. So act now. Our operators are standing by.
Shout out the slap chop guy. He didn't do anything wrong.
No, listen, you
Right. Free my man.
I'm pretty sure he beat up
you
on
guys.
him. That's kinda
There are Spenny. You know what I did? Like, so we're all in this. We're all in this mode of doing the mock drafts and everything. Spenny, I love the mock draft that you put out there the other day.
Thank you.
Draft 2 edges. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it's
and by
possible.
the way, for me, mix in a DL. Mix in if Mr.
No,
Grant
go
is,
trade for Max Crosby.
No, if Mr. Grant is there, mix in a DL. We can
Trade
do
for
that.
Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby.
And you know
and
what?
Myles Garrett.
If you do this, and
same
again,
roster.
I'm not saying these guys are sitting at home playing Draft Simulator, but if you do a draft, you're going to be shocked how many good edges there are in the top 100 picks.
I just want a guy.
Like, I'm not being funny. Like, you're going to be shocked how many good edges there are in the top 100.
Woodward
RIP
Sports
Billy
chat
Mays
thread.
for sure.
Mike Putnam, Michigan versus Ohio State doesn't matter, but it's always the highest watched show of the year. Well, I can only.
Like, do you not understand? You got to understand what he's saying, Mike. Come on.
Have some
You're
nuance.
It the result had
it
no
can't be
impact
this
on
hard.
anything.
It can't be this hard.
No, it is.
Like,
It is.
Fuck,
Pause.
man.
Okay, the second down.
All right, second question of the Lions nickel package. Do you think Brad is done in free agency? He better not be.
He better not be. I need a $100 million contract now from somebody now. I made it work in Madden. Why can't Brad Holmes do it in real life?
Makes sense. Just force trade.
No, but if you're one of those people hoping for the things that Neil just talked about, you're going to be greatly disappointed. I don't think that there's any miraculous big signing or something.
Sean, can I ask you this? And it's going to put you on the spot, and I apologize.
That's okay.
Who is the big free agent deal that got done? Name one off the top of your head. Anyone in this room? You guys are all learned.
DJ Reed.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one.
Who signed him?
That was a pretty good one.
Brad Holmes did.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
No, but for real though, like who is this mega $100 million deal that got done? It doesn't happen.
To a different team, nobody. I mean, Josh Allen re-signed, but Myles Garrett re-signed, but
No, I'm talking free agent.
yeah, nobody.
Who switched it? Okay, cool. Next down.
All right, next question of the nickel package. Why do you hate Brad? No, I'm just kidding. Gun to your head. What position do they go in the first round?
I am at the Church of Spenmo Rax. I'm devout. I fought it, but then I was rinsed in the waters of Lake Minnetonka by Spencer Raxter. He put his hand on my forehead and plunged me under the water. And when I came up, I saw the light, Sean.
May Javi be with you.
And he rinsed me in the name of the Javi, the Son, and the Father Spirit.
Praise Javier.
No, it is edge. It is going to be edge.
Yeah.
It has. I'm not gonna say it has to be edge, but it's probably gonna be edge.
His first two picks, it'll be edge.
I will. You know
Within
what?
the
Just
first
to
two.
be different, I'm not sure that there'll be an edge there at 28.
Shit.
Just for the sake of argument, okay?
What?
So I will go.
I want an edge anyway.
I will. I will. I'll go DL. I'll go DL because they're going to get a DL. But again, I need to say this: what they might do at 60, and oh, by the way, we have to remember we can't account for this now. this is a man that has shown he'll move any which way to get the dude he wants.
Yes, sir.
We have to operate under these circumstances with they're at 28. So I'm not sure there'll be an edge at 28, honestly. So I'll go DL and add as a bonus that the second round pick at 60, where there are a bunch in that general category, and for sure the third round pick will be edges.
The only reason I would push back is because of the Roy Lopez signing. I think that kind of made it to where you didn't have to necessarily draft a interior defensive line.
Yeah, maybe.
But one of
you
his
collect
first two
them
picks
now,
will be edge.
though. I mean, really, that's become the new collection position. You know, we all grew up in an area where there were 4 pieces. You know that first, second, third down. You collect these guys now, like cornerbacks. It's amazing. But
speaking of the draft,
I'll be different.
Speaking of the draft, Spenny,
Yeah.
I had a conversation earlier today with a very good friend of mine. The Lions are desirous of Nick Nash in the draft. The wide receiver from San Jose State that won the receiving Triple Crown. Didn't win the Blitnikoff because Travis Hunter did, but finished second to it.
What would he be, a second round?
No,
third?
later.
No.
Way later.
Way later.
Yeah. He doesn't have that burner
Fourth,
speed.
fifth round pick.
If you are following a lot of the mocks and some of the simulated shit, this is a guy that's going like 5th, 6th round. Okay.
Yeah, and
I can see the Lions.
Do you know what
doing
it
that,
reminds me of? I got to be honest, and I sat in this chair and talked about this 4 years ago with Joyke Bell, a guy by the name of
though.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Have you heard of
Yeah,
him?
4th round. Yes, sir. They like late round receivers.
People
they do.
people put him on the back burner, and I'll be honest with you, guys that I know were like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why
If
is
you seen
this
him at
guy? Why
USC,
is this
then-
guy trending 4th and 5th round? I don't get it.
It's because of the
and
size.
Nick
That's why.
Nash. Nick
Because of the
Nash
size.
is very St. Brownish.
Yes.
Very St. Brownish.
Doesn't
And-
have the burner speed.
And you know, I love to hear that they want Nick Nash and they're in on Nick Nash.
They're like heavily involved with him.
And they're also heavily involved with Femi Oladipo, the edge rusher out of UCLA. They like him a lot. They've talked to him. They were at his pro day, and it's crazy because you look at this mock draft and the guy named Spencer Axter did. You can see them getting both Nick Nash and Femi Oladipo. I'm just saying.
And Michael.
Yeah, and Michael, and you got Jalen Reed.
I'm just saying.
The Detroit King
No,
prospect. there.
but Spenny, like there is. These are my people that
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking to.
Oh, yeah.
100% factual.
You know what
I
it
can
does?
see
It checks the boxes of what they're looking for.
Yeah.
It really does.
And you can-
They don't need a burner.
Yeah.
No,
And you can argue that they need another receiver in their track record. They like late round receivers,
Yeah.
even going back to Antoine Green, Mo
I'm
Alexander.
sorry.
And they got a guy with speed, even though he's a bust.
Yeah.
He's bust.
What?
And my mindset, my thought
everybody
process.
dropped that, right?
He's
Yeah.
he's a bust.
No, people still hate on him.
No, trade him.
They don't say he's a bust, but
Now they want to trade him.
they want to trade him,
for an
yeah,
edge.
or he's not going to get paid.
My dad was talking to some guy on Facebook who wanted to trade Amon-Ra St. Brown to pay Jameson
Okay,
Williams.
cut his mic off. Thank you.
All right,
Freddie Felt 313. Ryan Day is elite 364 days of the year. Go blue. Okay, it didn't
Shut
matter.
up.
Freddie Felt. All right, next time.
Next question of the Lions nickel package. Let me get back to it real quick.
Hurry up, Spin.
What
Hurry
do
up,
you-
quicker.
Speaking of bust, what do you need out of Terrion Arnold next year?
Nothing, because he's already a bust.
Yeah, no, you know what?
It's
though?
over.
No,
It's over.
Sean.
I'm with you, KG. It's over.
KG, like you were joking. I don't need anything more. I just need him to keep doing what he was doing.
Exactly.
For real. Sean,
Exactly.
I have nothing to say about Terry and Arnold.
It's
nothing.
It's year 2 for a cornerback. Watch how much better he is this year. This isn't rocket science. This isn't new. Watch how much better. You're going to be able to see it. I'm not even going to argue it anymore. Like, you'll be able to see it. I promise you'll be able to see it. Much like you did with Darius Slay.
And guess what? If your pass rush improves, he will improve.
Wow!
Whoa, really? What a concept, right?
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't need, I literally, Terry and Arnold to me is, I was giving young Justin some crap because they were doing Woodward wings. And he was like, I
Shout
need
out.
more from Alex
Shout
DeBrincat.
out.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Like he's a resume guy.
Slap
Terry
it.
and Arnold's resume suggests to me he's fine. He's fine.
And if you apply him to the same scale that every young player should be applied to, okay, what you want to see is progress, especially when you're talking about a kid being on an island. And these aren't my words. You ask people who have done this for years. That position is very tough on rookies. And he didn't.
The hardest position to step into and be good at.
Right.
Big Wolf status in the chat. Arnold is a bust. Okay, next. You know what, Sean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the right thing here for you and for me. Next down.
Okay.
Final question of the nickel package. Who will be second on this team in sacks next year?
Oh, that's a good question.
Rookie edge.
Yep.
How's that?
Oh, wow.
Rookie edge, yes. will
I
go
agree with that.
answer as well.
And I'll tell you,
the non-picture, like the
Right.
the dark, the silhouette picture.
You know why? I mean, it's
From Big State U.
It's tried, tested, and true. People are going to put the emphasis elsewhere, and it's going to be the Cliff Averill. You know, you had guys double and tripling in Ndamukong Suh, and Uncle Cliffy went off. And no disrespect to Uncle Cliffy, because he went to Seattle and he continued to be a darn good player, but rookie edge. And then we're all going to talk about what a genius Brad Holmes was for taking this guy. Seriously, that will be the conversation we have during the course of the season. And when we have it, I want to remind all of you, when we're sitting in here one Monday, that we had this conversation in late March.
I'll go ahead and name drop James Pierce.
Okay.
Move up for him, top 15.
Oh, please.
Not a Lions guy.
Not a
They will
Lions
not
guy.
Make him a Lions guy. What
I
the fuck are we talking
feel
about?
the same way. He's the one
How
in
many
a
times-
shouting.
If you pass on Jalen Carter, you're not getting James Pierce.
He is
You can't make the same mistake twice.
he is in shouting range at least of, because if you look, there's like a high end edge, and then there's like this little gap right at 28. There just aren't a lot of edges that are slated to go in that area. Now, if you want to slip down into the mid 30s where the Sawyers of the world are and things like that, that's a different thing. But at 28 right now, if you're looking at it, there seems to be a gap between the high-end edges and then going into the Sawyers or the kid from Ole Miss and things like that. Interior lineman is not out of play either.
Spenny, I got one for you.
hear it.
And I'm serious on this one, too. Al-Qadim Muhammad, AQM.
Okay.
Is second in sacks?
Yeah.
Holy
Watch
shit.
it. Watch it jump. Watch.
Ooh, shit.
And then
I'm
all
not mad
all,
at it, though. I'm not.
all the same people that are like, you're a Brad Holmes slappy, and you know who you are because you watch every single day. I
Right.
know you do. Over 1 million people watched in the last year, so I know that you're one of them, and you know who I'm talking about because I'm talking to you. And you're gonna say, "Oh, Neil, oh yeah, just continue to glaze Brad Holmes. Just watch.
Yeah.
AQM, just watch.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. Marcus Davenport.
We're back.
I
we are
hope
back.
you're right.
We are back. We're ready. There we go. Hey, Spenny, let's get the draft and let's fire up the engine.
Hey, I'm ready to
That's
go.
it right there.
That would be immense back.
Are you guys really blowing your wad over Marcus Davenport and Al-Qaeda Muhammad?
Yes. We are back.
Blowing y'all load, huh?
This is somebody write this down. March 21st. Neil is officially over last season. This was the day.
Yeah.
I'm cleansed.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Spenny, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you really, though?
Yes, I'm really back. That's it, Sean. It's over. Last year's over. I'm back. Are you ready?
No!
Sean? Okay. Wait, we all have different timelines. We all do.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm cleansed until they win another playoff game, honestly.
Come
Really.
on, Sean.
Okay. Hey.
That begins my healing process.
Okay. I'm back.
Okay.
Spenny, are you back?
I'm back.
You're obviously back.
I'm
Marcus
so
Davenport.
back.
I'm back,
All
too.
right. I never
What
let
if it is? What if it is Marcus Davenport? If it is, you're a demon.
I'm just saying.
No, for real.
Just wait on
That'd
it.
be back-to-back predictions. Like he's got Kirby leading the NFL
Yeah.
in INTs, and then Marcus Davenport with the sacks.
If
Football savant.
he follows up
Spencer
with this,
Thomas.
you know what? Go to commercial. I can't handle it.
All right.
Someone
let's
do
go to break.
something. Someone do something.
Let me tell you about Jars.
whip one off.
Listen, Woodward sports fans. If you're like Neil right now and you need to calm down a little bit, Jars should be your first choice. They got top shelf quality, unmatched variety, and they're priced for the people. They got locations all over Metro Detroit, so they're easy to find. Go to shopjars.com to find one near you, and find them on all social medias at jars_life. Make sure you get some of that DMAG pack when you're there. Jars Cannabis, they got the best variety, best product, best prices in the game. It's
Damn right.
Jars Cannabis.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax. Get a hot lather neck shave, a scalp massage, a hot towel treatment, and an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. It's wicked awesome.
Hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Sean Belesian in for DMAC, I'm Neil Rule, KG, chasing the Chase Lounge, Spencer Raxter as well. We got Spenny over here saying Davenport's going to be second in sacks.
Crazy.
I'm saying it's AQM.
Crazy.
We are it's behind us. So Chase, yes. Today, the day of our Lord, March 21st, in the year of our Lord, 2025.
First day of spring. You sprung
Is
for
it
the
really?
Lions.
Today?
Yeah, you sprung for the Lions.
All
you
right.
know?
We didn't even do that on purpose. Sean, not so much.
Can I say this? Yes. All right.
Shout out Varchez.
No,
Bourbon
I
Friday.
thought about it after careful consideration. One of my favorite days of the year. It's completely irrational because we don't know what day it falls on. We have to guess. Is schedule release day.
Oh, yeah.
My estimation right now will be May 15th. Okay, May 15th is when we'll find out where are we going to be hanging. We're going to be at second best this Sunday. We're going to be there. I think on May 15th, a mere 55 days from now, I think that's when I will say, okay, it's time to finally turn the page. Like, I'm not joking. That has become such an irrational holiday for so many of us because, as Neil pointed out, as we were both in the bathroom taking care of business, it was one of those things.
What kind of business?
Listen.
Oh, by the way, play is underway in the NCAA tournament.
Listen, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
No, whoops.
What?
That's
Wasn't that a year ago? Right? Who did Kentucky play a year ago?
Baylor against Mississippi State coming up shortly.
So, Neil, my point is, we know who they're going to play, as you pointed out. But I still get excited anyway. I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for the stupid little tweets to come out and Instagram posts to come out revealing. So on that day, Neil, I think I'll be healed and I'll turn the page with you.
Okay.
Is that okay?
We all have our own timeline. I can't
you
legislate grief to you.
Thank you.
I can't.
Thank you.
All I can
Let
do
me
is
grieve
say,
on my own.
friend, I'm here for you if you need me.
When you accept it, let's not do the schedule's tough. Let's not do that, though.
No,
The Lions are eye level with
what
every
it is.
fucking team in the league.
No, you know that 1,000%. I'd love to hear that.
I'm sick of that.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah.
Good. You see that social media reel? Oh, this happened to you? Good.
Do you know
Is
what
the schedule tough?
Do you know
Good.
do you know what I tell people? Hey, how'd that work out last year?
Right. A lot of people thought
How'd that work out last year?
I'm sick of that. We have to recognize the Lions as an elite organization.
All right,
Amen.
Pistons, nickel package.
Oh.
Let's do it, Spenny.
All right.
Oh!
Pistons, first question of the Pistons nickel package. Does Cade really have a shot at first team All-NBA?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Without a fucking doubt.
That shot, that was a bank shot. It matters. It 100% matters. And when we talked about it the next day.
In prime time.
On national TV, when we talked about the next day, that's what I was happiest about. It wasn't even that they won the game, Sean. It was he made the shot pretty much the buzzer. By the way, all the announcers on all the clips I heard, that are all vet guys, right? Some of the best in the world. Every one of them said, for the win. No, it wasn't. There was still time left on the clock. That's a pet peeve of mine as an announcer.
No, I get it.
It is.
You know what? In years gone by, we've slapped it up around these parts. We don't have to slap it up around these parts. Other people are saying it. You're
Bingo.
hearing other people talk up his game, man. It's not only his contemporaries, but a lot of media members as well. So no, I don't feel like a slapdick saying it.
I was called a madman.
We both, Spenny, you notice we have a lot of parallels with each other.
Yeah.
Like in the draft, when I came back, when I came back from Oklahoma City, I was like, guys, he's one of them ones.
Yep.
The body. It's always been the body.
With me, it was the shot making, the NBA shot making.
That's
I
it.
saw. Yeah,
and that was the other point. And he makes willingly makes the play. Dude's cut different. I mean, I know we can continue to go on.
We knew this already.
Smart fans, special talent.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Cody Engel. The day JMO gets extended is going to be a top 5 chat day. Yes, it will, Cody. Yes, it will. Second down.
Second down. Second question of the Pistons nickel package. Are you willing to give Jalen Duren the max?
Yes. It's a yes to everything. Yeah, I know. It's crazy what a couple months difference makes. Yes.
I said this and got killed.
At the time, it was justified. He has changed. He's a different player.
He's delivered.
All right, here's the deal, Sean, and I'm curious to get your take on this. The key isn't at the time. The key is at the time seeing through it. And when you're the chosen one and clairvoyant, you have this ability to look into the eye, to look everyone in the eye and say, I saw it way before you saw it.
Neil Adamas up here. Excuse the fuck out of me. I'm sorry.
The chosen one.
You are the fucking chosen one.
Sean, you willing to do it?
Yes. Yeah, but I happen to agree with KG as well. It
was a slow burn.
Yeah, opinions can change.
Yes.
And you know what? Talk doesn't make my opinion change. You could tell me until I'm blue in the face how good the guy is. Now, I'm man enough. This is one thing in our business. Very rarely does it happen. Somebody will come back to you and say, hey, dude, remember that disagreement we had? Hey, bro, you were right. And it's like, don't worry about it. Tip of the cap, don't worry about it. What I'll do is I'll look at you and go, hey, Neil, you were right. But at the time, 6 months ago, a year ago, I hope you can understand why there were doubts.
Well, I learned that from you, and it's a novel thing in this field, particularly in this city, where you could look into a camera and say, hey, I didn't get that one right.
I was wrong.
I know, right?
I didn't melt. It's really weird. It's like people just don't want to say.
You all right? I learned it by watching you.
They don't want to be wrong. But Sean, people like me are justified in this because it came from the horse's mouth. It came from the dude himself. He told you that he was playing like some shit. And ever since that day, he has been a completely different player.
Well, how many times? I mean, here, you know what? I'm going to apply something that's near and dear to both Neil and my heart. I want more. I'm not going to feel guilty for asking for more. I'm not.
Dare you?
Especially after many people wrote checks for this player or that player. That's what happens in our town all the time. If you tell me that Neil Rule is going to be this in 2 years, and then Neil Rule isn't that in 2 years, it's not my fault if I say, now, wait a second. You told me he was going to be this. Right? There's nothing wrong with
Woodward Sports chat thread. DNC ENT Max. No, that's wild. 5 at 224. I don't know, man. Is it that high? There's no All-Star. There's no All-NBA.
I don't think it's
that's
that
a super max.
Yeah.
He's not.
I don't
super
think
max.
so.
And that's why I'm saying, do it now.
Yeah.
Before he does mess around and get All-NBA.
Because Ivy is still technically in consideration as well. So.
Danny G. I've been in lockstep with Neil on Duren the entire time. Now, I will say this, too, for the people. Somebody asked it in the chat, and I lost it. Oh, J2 Element. Nickel Mailbag. Are you willing to include Ivy in a package for D-Book? I will say
Absolutely.
This. If it comes down to choosing between the two maxes.
Hey, yes, Duren at this point. At this point, it is.
Wow.
At this point.
What a different space we're in. All right, next down.
All right, next question of the Pistons nickel package. Is a playoff series win expected?
And maybe I'm soft.
You are.
Pause. Maybe I am.
Snowflake.
But this is the same guy, though, that talked about Michigan basketball and said they were 3-17 last year. And they got through San Diego, and if they lose to Texas A&M It's not a failure.
No.
It's not. And I will keep it 100. They won 14 games last year in the NBA, which is supposed to be the toughest sport of them all, the toughest professional sport, to flip it like that, and they flipped it like that. So, am I gonna cry about? Do I expect them to do it without home court, with the team that's mainly comprised of 22-year-olds? I can't realistically say I expect you to go and win this playoff series.
It would be a bonus, but it really. Neil, I'm with you. It wouldn't affect my, wow, okay, this is finally heading in the right direction. And a lot of it, I know we've been talking about it for months, but a lot of it comes up to matchup. If they play Indiana, forget it. If they play the New York Knicks, honest to God, I think they win the series. And you call me a slapdick, say whatever you want. I think they beat the Knicks, and that would be... I don't even want to think about it. I'm going to head right back to the bathroom.
Neil, you're not wrong in your assessment, and I think I told you this a couple weeks ago. I'm going to be fair weather when it happens. Do I expect them to go win a playoff series at this point? Yes, because
that's overly
it's
aggressive.
No. But listen, if they lose, I'll be back in here saying it was a 14-win turn.
So then you don't expect. So then you don't expect it.
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be shit. But at the same time,
all right, fair.
No, but at the same time. It isn't like they just got into a play-in spot, because I think we would have all took that, them just being in the play-in this year. They are arguably borderline a 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. I don't think it's too much to expect them to win a playoff series at this point. But if they don't, I'm not going to kill them.
And before we go on to the next one, all pause on this. Like big pause, preemptive pause. I was just watching HD Max Clark highlights from the spring breakout.
Oh, God.
Getting my fix in. Kid is thick. Like, you look at his hammies and his thighs and his calves and his ass. Like, the kid is thick from the waist down.
Is he going to be our 5-tool
He's going to be
superstar?
so fucking good, dude. I couldn't be more all in on a prospect than I am with Max Clark.
I was told you could have got Wyatt Langford and he could have already been successful.
Well, he would be here helping right now, though. But that's not wrong. That's not wrong to say.
Not wrong to say,
because he would be helping right now. Because he would have been third on this team in OPS.
Yeah,
and he'd be your starting third baseman.
As Maz loves to say, he hit for the cycle already. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but this kid Max Clark, and I know people don't pay too much into this, but kid's got aura. Like there is no Tiger the only Tiger that I could remember that has aura like Max Clark is V-Mart. And like if Javi was good, he would have that too, but he's Javi. But no, V-Mart's the only one I can remember.
Yeah, Clark's an 18-year-old, and he has literally the Cy Young of the team that you're a prospect of, wanting a chain with your initials
with his initials on it. He wants Tarek Skubal said he wants an MC chain.
Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Like he has so much aura, so much potential, and unlike Wyatt Langford, his ceiling is through the roof. Langford had a high floor, low ceiling. It's the exact opposite with Max Clark, and I'm so excited to see him on the Tigers roster someday.
I'm telling you, next year when he's walking up to that plate, and you got a little baby playing in the background, opening day, he's got the chain swinging, he's got the headband under the helmet, so it's popped up a little bit, the flow out of the back. It's gonna be electric.
I could see him coming up to plate to like swag surfing and getting like
tired. Don't come out to swag.
He's a huge little baby fan. It's definitely gonna be a little baby song.
That was white guy shit right there. I'm not gonna lie. All right, next up.
Whoa, KG, back me up on that. Whoa.
Swag surfing is a hood classic. We're not gonna slander swag surfing.
Thank you.
Come on now, that was my ringtone for 3 months in high school. What are we talking about?
Oh, that's pretty white.
That was my Virgin Mobile
ringtone.
Can we get this? All right, now here we go. Fifth down. Let's get the plane back in the air here.
Neil,
what is happening?
Neil, you've never been mile 2 and you don't hear swag surf. You're a little tired in mile 2, and then swag surf comes on, and you know it's gonna carry you all the way to mile 3.
Yes.
All the way. You're like, ooh.
I just do the Debo, dude. Stop being a bitch and come on.
Yeah, don't we not disrespect the swag surfing.
No. All right, let's go.
That's what we want.
No, but yeah, he's coming out to Lil Baby for sure. He's a huge Lil Baby fan.
Fair.
Next question of the Pistons nickel package, which is what we were talking about.
Right.
How much do you pay Malik Beasley? He's getting $20 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the number.
Yeah.
Stu's at 17, I think.
In that
Yeah.
neighborhood. Yeah, in that neighborhood.
Give it to him. I don't even just give it to him.
Yeah, 20, like 25. If it got to be 25.
If we bite the bullet in 2 years, fuck it. I'll
Yeah.
take that. I'll eat it.
I mean, you got to think about it. That's still less than Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
If he gets 25, it's less.
And he's a way better shooter.
Well, I mean,
Like league best type shooter.
correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what does it take to get it done? That's my thing.
Almost a blank check for him.
Probably
Almost.
20. Right?
20 would be. I
What
think
if you
he'd
tack
do-
on years? I mean,
Yeah, 3 years, 23 years, 63 million, something like that.
Cool.
Oh, dude, I'd do that.
Cool.
in a second.
That's
I don't
right.
think he would. I wouldn't if I were him.
I think he will.
Easy, guys. Like, we're still in the real world
he
here.
wants to get paid, but he loves the situation. I'm just saying.
Skydog 722, 20 million, no more. Okay.
Yeah, relax, bro.
Yeah, come on.
All
Anyway,
right, next final question. Well, it's not really a question. It's just a statement that I think we can all agree with. Thank you, JB. And not JB Smooth,
No.
but JB Bickerstaff.
Thank you, JB Smooth.
Thank you, JB Smooth.
But thank
too.
you,
Thank
JB
you for everything,
Bickerstaff.
JB Smooth.
Yeah,
Really,
JB's the
thank
GOAT.
you.
Yeah.
Two goated JBs in Detroit.
It's a fact. JB Smooth is the one that called for JB Bickerstaff
Yeah,
to be here.
that is true.
JB Bickerstaff's a pro, bro.
He's the fucking man, dude.
A
I
pro.
love him.
Great.
I'm sorry I ever
Great
had
dude
any
to
type of
talk to. Gets the work into. He's on the treadmill in the gym.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
in there before. He gets a work in.
Get him in the club, Neil.
Yeah,
Get him in the
I will,
club.
100%. All right, let's
that'd be a great
let's bounce
goal.
the break. Tell him about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can save you up to $5,000 if your closing costs. That's right. I said $5,000. Visit him at markwhitesales.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White should be your first call. He'll get you in your dream home.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stanford Buick GMC has great offers for everyone. Try 2024 Envision Avenir for only $299 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for only $229 per month. Don't forget, they got the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $799 per month. Get to Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick GMC, lesstanford.com.
All right, let's do this one quick. We're back at it. Neil Rule, Sean Belizian, and for DMAC, we have the squad. It is a nickel package Friday. All of that. All of you in the chat. Use the super chat if you want to skip the line, and go ahead and do it. Real quick, Spenny, you had some breaking Red Wings news?
Yeah, the two injuries that came over the night. It said that Gustafsson is expected to be out for long term. They haven't said exactly if he's going to the IR or anything like that, but they said long term is the expectations, and Soderblom's day to day.
I'll do it, Paul.
Oh man, please. Can we do Hall next?
Paul, I'll do it. It's time, Sean.
Right
isn't it?
behind the barn. Got to do it. I think it's been time longer than anybody wanted to admit, though.
Well, that's the nature of death, right?
Yeah.
Can we do Hall next? Just
Paul?
bring up the fucking kids, man.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's what when you're dealing with the kind of roster makeup that they have right now, you're going to see the highs and lows. And you just hope that the highs are higher than the lows, and you see more of them. But that you've seen incredible ups and downs with this team. And all the young teams do that, right? I mean, Neil, it was in December where, honestly, I was sitting there going, okay, the Habs might not lose for 3 more years. Forget the rest of the year. 3 more years. And then they seemingly fell apart. And then the Wings got hot. And then they seemingly fell apart. And then the Habs got hot again. And then Ottawa got hot. And now Ottawa's coming back down. It's incredible how that
when you're a
works itself
500
out.
team, you end up around 500.
It's amazing how that works out, isn't it?
It's simple math.
Yeah, it really it is. And it's I think we'll see. Some of us have said that I thought that the Red Wings were behind a couple other teams in the division, and here we are at the end of the season, and well, golly gee, they're behind a couple teams in the division. But we'll see how it plays out. There's still a lot of time left, but I'm with you. You better grab the shotgun and head behind the barn.
Just at least clean it, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you have to, load it, but at least have it clean and at the ready. Keep the shells close by. Mike Putnam, can we all agree every Detroit's pro team has the right coach in place right now? I don't think it's ever been that way in my 52 years. I would agree with that.
It seems that way.
I would definitely agree with that.
52.
Yeah, wow, that's it. Wow. Yeah.
Danny G, fantastic show so far. This is a good one.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Bourbon Friday,
Did
baby.
you see a Paul Skeens autograph rookie card went for over $1 million?
Went from, I was going to make that an honorary member of the business nickel package if we got there. That is more than his $825,000 salary.
Wow.
The one-of-one autographed Paul Skeens patch card, I think it was.
Patch card, yeah.
A kid that got it was fired up to get it. Excited. But when seven figures are calling.
Yeah, if you the father, you going to your son.
And shout out to that kid for not selling out to the fucking Pirates.
Yeah, they tried to lowball him,
Yeah.
right?
That's what
I mean,
we'll give you tickets.
They did offer him season tickets for life, which
Who cares?
is like
that is kind of
that's
30
pretty cool.
years.
30 years.
Club seats, season tickets. They suck though.
Yeah, and you'd have to go through the work of selling it. You just made the $1 million right there. Boom.
Yeah, come on, bro.
No, I'm with it. All right, let's go. Red Wings nickel package. Let's take them out back.
Red Wings nickel. Oh man.
I'll do it, Paul.
First question of the Red Wings nickel. Bi-weekly question: what percentage chance do the Wings have to get in?
0.01.
I was about to say, you'll still keep hope alive. I know you are.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
the
wouldn't
fan
bet
in
it.
you.
Sean, I wouldn't bet it. But I will watch until
I like
it's
when-
over.
I like when
and I
Neil
know
is
it's
a fan.
over.
Of course.
And I know it's Sean. I know it's over. But Paul ain't taking them around back yet.
Not just yet. I remember the first time we did this was around Christmas time, and I remember young Justin was in, and I said 0% then, 0% today. They're not.
No, Sean was first on this.
I can't imagine. I honestly can't. I mean, you can't. Something miraculous happens. It goes miraculous. Again, you count on the ebbs and flows. The Habs come back down to earth. Ottawa is already starting to come back down to earth. They were dog shit last night.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
It was a good night for the Red Wings around them, I will say
Colorado got I think it was 5-0 in the first period.
Yeah, now we just got to go into Vegas and win.
I know.
More on that in a second.
Without Soderblom and
yeah,
without Gustafsson.
Yeah.
And woo.
It's 0%.
We're 4 points back of the Canadians now. All right, next down.
Next, shout out to Motor City 612 in the Woodward Sports Chat with the Super Chat. He says 9-3-2 would only be 9 points or 90 points for the Red Wings. 90 points is no guarantee to get in, and it seems impossible with the schedule. It's over, right?
Yeah.
Did they have
Motor City 612? Shout out for the Super Chat.
Yeah. What do they have?
90? Yes, it does. I'm gonna watch.
I'm
gonna watch.
I'm all in.
You know what you guys didn't want to hear, though? I'm going to play the role of Neil Rule right here. You didn't want to hear somebody tell you after the Four Nations tournament
they had 91.
how difficult their schedule was the rest of the way.
I will admit, I didn't want to hear it.
Nobody wanted to hear it. They're literally against teams that were remaining on their schedule. It was just under a 600 win percentage. Nobody wanted to hear it. That does not bode well for a young team who's going to have their share of ups and downs.
Especially in March when everyone's playing it like it's a playoff game.
You got it.
And here's a question to back that. If Todd McClellan was the coach all year, would we be having this conversation?
No. Sorry, I thought we would be in the playoffs was going to be the question.
Yes.
Listen to the question first, Justin. You would lose at Jeopardy, or
yes, you would.
Yes, I would.
Yes, we would still be having this discussion, Sean. They're flawed.
I agree.
They just are.
I'm sorry, I agree. And there's a follow-up question to that for guys like Justin.
Well, let me say why I think so. Because they did have the easiest schedule in the first half of the season, and I believe that asking for, 6 more points in the front end of the season from McClellan instead of Lalonde, not losing to teams like the Sharks and the Ducks, is that too much to ask for? I don't think so. I think that we are at least a level above them. And, yeah, would we be a lock right now in the playoffs? No. But we still should be occupying that last wildcard spot with a chance to win some games down the stretch to be in it, not free-falling because of how hard our schedule is.
I can believe that.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Skydog, Neil, if they fail to make the playoffs next year, will Sean finally put Steve on the hot seat? Skydog, I'll cut Sean out and say, yeah, I will at that point. I will too. You have a goodish free agent class out there right now, and it's time. And all the kids now, it's time.
Yep.
100% it's time. And now, to be fair, when we did this preseason, Sean, I said there's going to be too much movement within the conference for them to make the playoffs. I said that. You said it. You were more definitive than I was. My reasoning was the New Jersey Devils won't be that bad again. And that was pretty much my reasoning, was the Devils won't suck. And that was it. And that's your spot.
Skydog, in fairness, while you're saying something like that, make sure to include that I was right. Yeah. Because I told you this was going to happen
before the season started. Yeah.
Correct.
We had this conversation, and again, I understand your frustration. I understand everybody else's frustration. Don't think that I'm not pissing on you. I get it. Like, they should be. They're behind schedule right now. If you caught Steven in an honest moment, he would tell you they are behind schedule. There's no doubt about that. But that doesn't mean I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I think there's a lot of things to look forward to.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Octopus. This stinks, man. I'm tired of the Wings sucking. They don't suck.
Yeah.
No.
I will say that. Like, they don't suck. There's been linear improvement every single year. But now comes the hardest part.
Right. Getting over the hump.
Over the hump, and that's what they have to do. Next one.
Next question of the Red Wings nickel package. To be fair, with the Wings, how they ended last season, did anyone want Lalonde gone?
I've been saying that.
I don't like revisionist history, okay? I don't. I'm not a big fan of revisionist history, okay? If the same people that are going to blame Derek Lalonde for everything, the Hindenburg bombing, KLA flight, everything, he is the root of evil for everything. You know what I'm going to sit back and say? Well, golly gee, I didn't hear much of that when you were shitting on me for saying you were going to miss the playoffs this year. Not one person said to me, as I said, you're not going to make the playoffs. Well, we'd be better off if Derek Lalonde wasn't the coach. Not one. So I set that trap for people like you, Justin.
I did say that over the summer. I will say. I said
you never said it to me.
I said I don't like goalies as coaches. I never thought we were at the point of firing him over the summer, but I did state I don't like goalies as coaches because they don't run good enough systems, in my opinion.
This was going to be the next step. People were going crazy, whether they want to admit it or not, about the Tarasenko signing, which I'm sorry, I said second one was dog shit.
Mm-hmm. You were spot on with that.
I didn't hear any of this, okay? I heard little complaints about Coach Lalonde, but this was going to be the big step up, right? Yep. So I think a little revisionist history is going on.
Sean, what would you say to people like me that, based on the collapse that happened last year that essentially kept you out of the playoffs? I get that Larkin went down, but one player shouldn't keep you out of the hunt, especially when
It is when he's the only center.
He's the guy at center.
He's the only center.
But so you don't think the writing was on the wall even after last season that maybe Lalonde shouldn't be the guy in charge?
I heard from people day one, and I'm telling you, I heard from people day one saying you don't make a specialty coach your head coach. Day one.
Yeah.
Like this is a guy, forget the goaltender part, you don't make a specialty coach your head coach. He doesn't have the makeup for the head coach. Did I think it was a horrible decision for a team that, much like Jeff Blashill, say what you want about Jeff Blashill, dude didn't have a chance here.
Mm-hmm.
He had zero chance here. And I like Jeff. I'm openly admitting that, okay? So if you want to say that, go right ahead, take it. I like Jeff. I know Jeff. Jeff's a good dude, okay? He didn't have a chance here. The reality is, the first couple years under Lalonde, he didn't have a chance here either. But the way that they finished the season last year, KG, to your point, Remember, they kind of scuttled, and then all of a sudden,
They did, yeah.
those last couple games against the Habs, and I reminded people, hey, guys, this was exciting, but it should also at the same time kind of scare you because you're supposed to be well past the Habs
they
right
were
now.
ahead of the
Yep.
game.
And you're playing for something, and they're playing for nothing.
Yeah.
People didn't want to see the signs. That's what it comes back to. People just didn't want to see the signs.
DNCENT over the hump. MFers ain't even touched the hump yet to make it over. Guys, they missed the playoffs by a minute and a half last year.
Right. A pulled
That's the hump.
goaltender. Pulled goaltender.
That's the hump.
Really? That's yeah.
So we just forget that?
And by the way, I don't include me in the hump. Just getting into the 8th spot in the playoff and getting obliterated by Florida or
It's the same hump.
Washington. I'm sorry, it's the same hump.
And getting over the hump looks like what Washington did in this offseason. They were in the exact same spot as you were last year, both fighting for that 8th seed. They got in on a technicality. And what did they do in the offseason? They brought in 2 elite defensemen in Roy and Chychrun. They brought in a new goalie, Logan Thomas.
With that being said, if they don't re-sign Chychrun, ...
If the Red Wings don't try to sign Chychrun, they're utterly brainless and crazy.
I don't think one of the 8 seeds knock off the Capitals, though.
No.
Montreal's not going to do it. Ottawa's not going to do it. I'll make you a bet right now. There's no way in hell Washington wins 2 playoff series.
No, they're going to get absolutely trampled by a team with more skill.
No way in hell.
And then they're in the spot. If we don't re-sign Chychrun, what did we really do?
They're going to run away with the East. They're going to run away with the East, and they'll win the first round series, and they'll get hammered in round 2.
Yeah, they're going to face the Canes or someone just who's so much deeper, so much more talented than them, and they're going to just get completely outplayed.
Spenny, what do you want to? Is that the last one?
No, we got 2 more.
Oh, shoot. All right, let's go. Let's cook.
All right, first, next question of the Red Wings nickel package. At Vegas, at Utah, at Colorado, how many points is it reasonable to expect?
I'll do it, Pa.
We keep making a reference to these, to Old Yeller, right? But
Yes.
I think we should be talking about where the red fern grows.
Whatever you want to use.
Let's say, we've been working these odd jobs.
That's so Chase, by
getting
the
the
way.
$50. We're walking the 20 miles to town, and you're saying you're little Ann. These Red Wings are old Dan, and no matter what, you're right there at the grave, and you're gonna till the bitter end with these
walk the
fucking
green
teams.
mile. I'll do it. Yeah, Sam Flannel.
Yeah.
This is the trip where the music stops playing.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Next one.
You need 3
Final
points.
question of the the Red Wings nickel package. Is Kosa the man when the season starts next year?
I'm sorry, say that one again.
Is Kosa the man to start the season next year?
Define the man.
The man in net.
Starting
goalie.
The one what in their resume suggests that it would be that.
I'm with you.
You know what though, and I'm not gonna demand it. I'll slightly suggest it to Steve the next time we're up in the gondola.
Yeah.
Lording over.
bourbon.
Yeah. He'll have wine, I'll have bourbon. We'll both have sweaters on with ties underneath.
And the glasses.
Yeah, we'll both have the glasses on. and I'll hey, Steve, we got to do the Kosa thing, right? And he won't answer me. He'll just kind of look out over the ice and he'll swirl the glass around. And his nonverbals will be strong.
I think he'll earn the job by the end of next year. I really do.
Okay.
I completely agree with Sean, and I think that you don't make a move for Mrazek if you were planning on starting Kosa next year.
Correct. That's what I said to Sean yesterday in a little text thread. I said the moves tell me he won't be there.
I think Mrazek will be gone.
Yes, I agree. I think we're gonna trade Mrazek at his highest value, and we're gonna get something in return for him.
All right, Spenny, what do you want to do?
Let's do Feldman, and then we'll come back with buddies.
Boom, I like it.
Hey, Sean,
I feel the same. I feel the same about Feldman, Chevrolet, and Novi, by the way, because
Sean favorites.
Yeah, 2 favorites. You bought a car.
You know what I can do? I can go to Feldman, and I shit you not. I live out there, about a half-mile drive. With my new car, I can pick up my buddy's pizza.
Here's the play, everybody. I'll give
Ta-da!
it to you. Yep. The deals this month at Feldman Chevrolet and Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. 2025 Silverado, 1,500 crew cab. Lease it for $199 a month plus tax. Drive to Buddy's, go get pizza. The 2025 Equinox, if you want the SUV. If you're buying a lot of Buddy's pizza, you can fit more of it in the back there. $249 per month plus tax on the lease as well. Guys, Sean's done it. I've done it. Sam Flannel's done it. I don't know what else to tell you. When I buy a car, I buy it from Feldman because it's a great experience. Scan the QR code on the screen. Shop the inventory right now. Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Go see George and the guys.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Buddy's Pizza, everybody. The original.
Look at that picture!
It's right there. Whoops, I'm sorry. There we go. It's right there,
Something
everybody.
like
No, it is. They're the original. Detroit. They invented Detroit-style pizza. You know, it's like a national thing. Thanks, buddies, for that, because you made it that way. You've been in the game since 1946. You have 22 locations in Michigan. There's always one close to you. They've been here in Detroit for 79 years. They're community partners with the Michigan Humane Society, the Salvation Army, Detroit Zoo. They basically check every single box. And you're going to order it anyway, so save 10%. You see that code right there, 10 meal? Get it tonight. It's Friday, everybody.
Yeah.
There's one close to you. Promo code 10meal, save 10%. You're welcome. Dinner's done Friday. Buddies, the original Detroit-style pizza. Boom. Let's do it, everybody.
Eat the fucking pizza.
Yeah. Hey.
It's like the Weatherman. See this charred pepperoni right there? The key is you can't burn the pepperoni, okay? Just a little char right there. Then, I'm not going to hate on you for your sauce on top of the pie. But the key is up here. Take a look. This is where this warm front comes in over here.
Doppler Woodward.
Cheese on top of that pan, there's nothing like it. So get yourself a Buddy's today. That is just, I'm sorry, that's poor.
Have you seen a better forecast than this, everybody?
We need to clip this and send this to Buddy so they continue being a sponsor.
Yeah, I'll text Brady.
Gosh, that is so beautiful, man.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right, Dante 151 in the super chat. Mailbag nickel package. Can we shoot Alex Lyon to the moon after this season? Just wondering, go Pistons. His contract's up, right?
Yeah, his contract's up. He's gone.
He's already been shot to the moon.
Yeah.
He's done.
DNC coming at you too, man. So
With what?
So making the playoffs is over the hump. Gotcha.
No. You're not hearing it.
Hold on. He said, meanwhile, in serious cities, over the hump is championship. Shows how serious we are.
No.
Didn't we just address it?
This is why people are killing me. Okay, this is why guys like Skydog are you finally going to hold Steve's feet to the fire? No, because the point isn't. Again, these aren't my words. I did not say this. This is a man that told you the day he was hired. Just getting into the playoffs isn't enough. We want to get to the point where we start winning championships like we did in the 90s and the aughts. So therefore, the people trying to put the cart in front of the horse with a team that clearly wasn't ready, we can all admit that now, right? Maybe some people are holding out hope. This team wasn't ready. You were going to get what we got this year. So if anything, I agree. Who was that?
DNCENT.
Dude, I agree with you. Getting over the hump is when you're winning multiple playoff series. Not just getting here and going, golly gee, we're so happy to be here, and then Brad Marchand eats your team. No. No. Hi, Neil. Yeah.
Sean, Neil Rule, Woodward Sports.
Hi, Neil.
If the Red Wings would have went on a 1-9 stretch before they went on a 9-1 stretch, would the narrative be completely different?
Look at how hot they are going into the playoffs.
You know what? Now I got to do the obligatory. Neil, I really enjoy the work on Woodward Sports.
Thank you.
You know how every coach watches and listens and everything, which is bullshit. No, Neil, you are what your record indicates. You're about a 500 team, and that's what the Red Wings have been. They're not ready yet. They're not ready to serious compete. You all knew it. You didn't want to know it, okay? And I'm going to say it again. I don't blame you for wanting to be part of the dance. I don't. Would I rather make the playoffs?
Would you rather?
Of course I would rather make the playoffs.
3-1-3.
Yeah, right? Of course I would rather make the playoff. But at the end of the day, it's not the goal. He wants to skip that. Like, seriously, when this team goes into the playoff, all right, his intention is not just, golly gee, we're glad we're here. His intention is to say, okay, now we're ready to win. That's what he's building towards. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you.
Tournament's underway. Mississippi State's up 16-15 over Baylor, so that destroys all your brackets, I'm sure.
Yep. Over.
If you go to the north.
Mississippi State money line. Let's go.
Look at the brick cheese, too. Like it's such an underrated. Like,
correct.
It really is.
That's the only thing Wisconsin is good
man,
for.
I'm going to put some mozzarella. Oh, no. I'm not putting mozzarella on that. I'm going brick cheese. That shit's unbelievable.
That's the only
Just the
thing Wisconsin
pepperoni's
is good
kissed.
for. I swear.
They're kissed by they're charred, just slightly charred.
And Neil, you know what it is? It's not only what I see, but it's what I don't see. Because what I envision is a wonderful bed
crusting on the bottom,
of red pepperoni
golden,
just underneath that brick cheese.
and then on the bottom of all that pan, there's a golden brown crunch.
Do it. Say it.
Demon Dice, stop hating, bro. Detroit style is goated. Nigga.
Say it.
Stop.
Yeah. Like
Gonna make me cut up in here.
that subtle crunch.
Listen, you got to try the thin.
No, I am.
You got it.
I'm seriously
You
gonna
know
do
what?
it.
I wish. Gosh damn it! I wish I could blow down there and get some because
I mean, you could and just bring it back.
Oh, by the way, Damon Dice there too in the chat with the Detroit style pizza has too much bread. I'll give it a 6. You're a Bears fan, right? What is that monstrosity in Chicago?
Now, I do like Chicago style. Don't get me wrong. I love Chicago.
I do too in its place, but it's lasagna.
Yeah,
it's not pizza.
1000%.
Technically lasagna.
It
It's
is.
technically.
One thing. My son went to DePaul and everybody was talking. I forget the name of the damn place we went to. Okay, and it was like it was all right. It wasn't pizza. It wasn't pizza.
No, that shit is fire. But it's once again, it's technically on the lasagna side.
It's lasagna. There's layers to it. It takes an hour to cook. That's lasagna. I know lasagna when I see it.
You guys know my feeling. I'm not gonna hate on him. Sometimes the too much dough. That's why you get the thin crust. It has everything that you love for a Buddy's pizza, but a thinner crust. I'm telling you, it just hits.
Okay, let's try this. March Madness nickel package, Spenny. Come on.
All right, first question of the March Madness nickel package. What don't you like about NCAA tournament coverage?
You know what I don't? I hate the way that they always got to mess with stuff, and I feel like there's not enough games going on. And I know what they're doing. They want to run a game essentially every 30 minutes. They want one to start 30, 30, 30, 30, and they want it to go. The problem with that is, remember the old days? You had the noon window. All 4 games went on. They staggered about 15 minutes. You had the 2 o'clock window. All 4 went on. They staggered about 15 minutes. They gave you a chance to breathe for dinner.
Dinner time. Yep.
But do you remember, too, though, whatever West region, they had that one game that went on at like 5 o'clock during dinner time.
Loved it.
And you had to, subscribe to the DirecTV package or whatever. I take my money. I'll watch it all. But it's just, by staggering every single game, Sean, if one game's a blowout, it's like a delayed flight. When a flight gets delayed at O'Hara, the whole nation suffers. When one game is a blowout, Sean, the whole nation suffers. Is that fair?
Yeah, there's something to be said, Neil, for back in the day. I know this is going to sound crazy, and less channels. And here's why. Hear me out before you yell at me. If there was a 2 versus 15 game on, right? North Carolina's playing Wilmington State, all right? And Carolina is the team that got a 2 seed, but everybody and their brother knows they have a chance to win it all. If that game's a blowout, you know what they used to do? They used to just switch.
Right.
They just go, hey, it's 68-24 with 10 minutes to go in the game. Hey, we're going to send you over to Atlanta where right now we've got this game brewing and everything. So there's something to be said for that, right? I kind of miss the simplicity of that, but Neil, no, I'm going to say again, it is up there with pound for pound one of the best sports viewing days of the year. Yeah. I would also throw Thanksgiving up there. Somebody pointed that out to me last night. Thanksgiving has turned into a wondrous day, and this is coming from the guy who hated the third NFL game being added. I hated it. It was an infringement upon my rights, right? You can't do that to the Lions and the Cowboys. Greatest idea ever by the NFL. It works. It hits. It gives us a little break. You can mix in a college football game. Yeah. But I would put the first 2 days of the tournament up against anything.
Any sporting event.
And I'll tell you right now, it sucks being here right now. I wish I was at home on the couch scratching my balls.
For me, it's just some of the broadcast teams, but that's it. I understand why that is. But
yeah.
Joe Tessitore, whoever he was with yesterday, that shit was horrible.
Yeah.
I love Joe Tessitore,
right.
but like, nah.
Same dudes all the time, too.
Yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
wild. All right, next one.
Next question of the March Madness Nickel Package. Rate the first day.
See, people.
Wasn't that good?
And you're going to say that? What didn't you get?
It checked the boxes.
It was just a lot of
No buzzer
I wanted more
beaters.
competitive
I give it an
games.
8.
There wasn't a buzzer beater.
Yeah, it checked.
That's pretty nuanced,
I want
man.
it. Need it.
I just
It-
wanted more closer games. That's it.
It
But that's
checked
just
the
me.
boxes. You know what?
What
people,
didn't you get?
You know what people want though. The biggest thing is there's two things. He's right. The buzzer beater. You want that upset.
Yeah,
Because again,
that's
you
a
can
fact.
sit
You got
back.
it.
You
You
can
did
play
get
the
it, yeah.
smartest guy in the room. I told y'all the 5 would win. Everybody yearns to be that guy. So I think it checked the boxes. But Spenny, Touche, I'll agree with you. I'll go. You know what? I'll go 8. The only
and
thing,
that's
the
where
only
I
thing,
was.
The only thing that hurt it was
There's no half-court buzzer beater.
Yeah, that's it.
How often do you get that? You get that
It's
once.
March. I need it.
in our. You know what? In our minds,
It's
a
gonna
hell of a
come,
lot
don't worry.
more than the actuality of it
Yeah.
happening. Right?
You remember it.
It's
Exactly.
gonna happen, yeah.
There was like
it gave
3
you
last
everything.
year.
The 12 beat the 5, and the 5 had a furious comeback at the end that for a second you were like, oh, they may blow this, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Drake won. Like no box was left unchecked.
Yeah.
No box was left unchecked. So I'll give it
Buzzer
a
beater.
rock solid 8.
I think with the 12-5 being like an expected upset, though, that we've kind of talked about and trending over the last, I think you want to see a 14, a 13, like one of those like
People have
higher
gotten greedy
seeds.
with that, though.
They should have put Oakland in.
But
we would have done it.
Chase, to your point,
That's
though,
a fact.
we all know that. But I think they are trying to take over that workplace environment where there is some lady that couldn't name one thing about any team, but she wants to sit there and go, I told you McNeese State, and have that capture the imagination of the workplace. We know that. We know about that. But that's what they want. They want that chatter to grab the non-common fan. You
Yeah,
know what I
who
mean?
farted in the chat, all caps, I want more chaos. I demand more chaos.
All you were missing was a buzzer beater, and how many of those do you really get? You get one a
come
tournament.
later. They
More
come
than
later.
what we got yesterday.
They come later in the tournament.
Yeah, all the games that shit were blowouts. I mean, there's
Except the ones
two,
that weren't.
There's 2 or 3 good games.
Yeah,
out of
that's
the
my
whole
only
slate.
complaint. I
The
just want more
underdogs
competitive.
push the favorites, and so like even the St. John's one gave you as much value as a 35-point win can. Like it was when it was 7-0
Right.
to start, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, what's
They were
going
tied
on?"
for most of the game.
And then it was over.
Yeah.
Just like that. All right, next one.
Next question of the March Madness Nickel Package. What was the best game of yesterday?
Arkansas,
Kansas.
And the reason it was the best one, it was 5-star dudes and high-level dudes playing up-tempo, getting after it, making shots. It was elite. And you saw the difference, Sean. You saw the difference. Like, it was high-level coaching also.
I'm not going to argue with that. I wish that would have been one of the earlier games. I do. There's something about, I think when you start the tournament off with a bang, like if I were scheduling, I would have had that because that was something. You know how it is. It gets the people talking. Man, that was a great game. This is going to be the greatest tournament ever.
You are dependent on your start, aren't you?
Oh, no question
and
about
Creighton killed Louisville to start it,
Yeah.
and that was the problem.
That's kind of the bummer part of it.
Sean, you know what that Arkansas game gave us though?
What?
John Calipari, Rick Pitino next round. You
yes,
know
I
I'm in.
cannot
You
wait.
know I'm in. Rick, Coach Pitino, listen. Please wear the white suit.
Oh, you know he
Oh, come on.
He gonna
Please.
show out with the suit game.
Please
You know
wear the
that's-
white
that
suit.
goes
You
so
guys are
hard.
the higher seed. You get to
Yeah.
wear the white uniform. Please wear the white suit. Please. And Coach Cal, don't let this man upstage you.
You're right.
Bring the heat.
Full
If-
maroon.
who would you
Full
pick?
maroon suit.
Hey, who would you pick between those two? I still think St. John's got it. I
Oh,
swear.
you talk about the game? I thought you were talking about coaches.
No,
I'm not
no,
prepared
no.
to make that decision.
Coaches,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
taking Patino in a heartbeat.
I'm talking about the game itself. Who you got?
It's Arkansas dependent. What Arkansas are you going to get? I know the baseline, like the baseline of St. John's is higher than like the baseline of Arkansas.
Yeah.
But what Arkansas are you going to get? Because the Arkansas that we saw yesterday was not the Arkansas. It was the Arkansas I saw in the second half when we played them.
Right.
But it was not the Arkansas I saw in the first half when we were down 1 at halftime.
Arkansas, I saw, you saw, we saw.
Arkansas.
There it is.
There you go.
Real quick, this isn't breaking news per se, but this is just, we like Aaron Rodgers here. We like to talk about Aaron Rodgers. He has been spotted at the Steelers practice facility, according to Dove Kleiman.
Please let it happen.
And he's saying a deal may be imminent. That is by Dove Kleiman on X.
Yeah.
Please let it happen, dude.
Please let it happen.
No, but hear me out. Hear me out. Because I found this out working with you guys last summer. We're on a certain coach's fan club, all right? Mm-hmm. This will be the ultimate test of his witchcraft.
It will. And guess what? They'll make the playoffs.
If Mike Tomlin can do something
they will do
with
it.
Aaron Rodgers, this will be the ultimate test of his witchcraft.
I got some breaking news here.
Shit,
this is live reaction of Sam Flannel figuring out he'll have to either root for Aaron Rodgers or root for Mike Tomlin.
Don't do it.
No, you know what, Sean? If he's gonna sign with
this. That's not.
I hate Aaron Rodgers with a passion, but if Mike Tomlin gets a hold of Aaron Rodgers, they are going to make the playoffs, and they may even win the game.
You know what? If he's gonna sign with anybody, you can't get over that. Sean, if he's gonna sign with anybody, I want it to be the Steelers, because if he does, and I'll declare it now, let alone when it happens, I'll declare it now. Whatever happens is because of Mike Tomlin. Any success he has is because of Mike Tomlin. And if it doesn't work, it's because of Aaron Rodgers.
There you go.
That's the resume.
That's awesome.
We just said we
so
got
good.
Shit. We can just be forthcoming and say we got shit. It's fine.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
And for me, I would love to see Aaron Rodgers being like on the ground sacked, doing a stupid face, while George Pickens at DK Metcalf beat the shit out of some cornerback down the
That is
field.
going to be hysterical.
Oh, man, if I could be a fly on the fucking wall of that locker room,
yes.
dude.
You know what? I need
this. Mike Tomlin at the podium after Aaron Rodgers throws 2 picks to lose the game.
Yeah.
I need this.
Holy shit, bro.
I need this. I need this because it's win-win for me. For me, because if they succeed, it's because of Mike Tomlin. If they fail, it's because of Aaron Rodgers, and that's it.
Let me take this a step further, okay? There are so many. Let's say that Pittsburgh and Baltimore happen to match up again.
Oh.
Could you imagine Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin beating Lamar in the playoffs?
That would be crazy.
I could imagine Mike Tomlin beating Lamar in the
I know,
playoff,
but
not Aaron Rodgers.
But you know how it is. I mean, you're moving the parts around. That would be the people that want to shit on Lamar. Go, you just got beat by Aaron Rodgers. There are so many moving parts in this. It's unbelievable. This could be magic.
NFL,
please
do your thing.
Please, bro. I need
NFL, do what you do.
I need this.
Get Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh now.
You win.
Now.
And I hope it fails. I ain't gonna lie. I hope it fails.
And get Spencer Raxter to opening day now.
Oh, man. Hey, we're closing in on the best day of the year, folks. And if you want to hang out with Woodward Sports during said best day of the year, all you got to do is go to GrandSlamDetroit.com and get your tickets. It's the biggest party in Detroit. It's at the Detroit Opera House, Friday, April 4th, starting at 9 a.m. Come down there and hang out with all the guys. It's going to be a blast. Every single year, Woodward Sports does it right, and Grand Slam Fest hosts us every single time, so make sure you come out and join us. It's always a blast. My favorite day of the year. Should be a national holiday. We'll see you guys April 4th downtown at the Detroit Opera House parking lot.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Planet Fitness. Was just there a couple hours ago, as a matter of fact, getting the work in. It's my thing, Monday through Friday, man. What do you got, Spenny? Legs day. I don't do that stuff. I run on the treadmill.
You love to not drink on leg day.
That's enough legs. That's enough legs for me. But anyway, the moral of the story is, they're the Tupac of gyms. How do you want it? You want to do the cardio? You want to lift the weights? You want to do the yoga stretching stuff? It's all there for you, and it's just $24.99 a month. They give me clever taglines and like corporate speak to tell you this. All I can tell you is what I do in my life, and it's an everyday part of my life, and it can be an everyday part of your life too. But you got to take the first step. Just pull in the parking lot today. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. They're everywhere. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit. Or just jump on the website right now, planetfitness.com. Guys, don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Some breaking news. The Detroit Lions have signed quarterback Avonte Maddox for his girlfriend's Instagram.
I don't hate it.
That's a hell of a source.
No, it actually was. I just saw the post.
Yeah, shout out the Detroit Times on Twitter.
Tommy Maddox, what?
Avonte Maddox.
Is he going to challenge Jared Goff?
XFL champion Tommy Maddox. Put
He's
respect on
a
his name.
local guy. He's from Detroit.
Yeah.
I went to college with a dude who played high school ball with him.
He's a good dude, too. Talked to him before. He's a really cool dude.
out.
Dante in the Super Chat. If you want to skip the line, jump in the Super Chat. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Steelers, one of the Lions' regular season games is against the Steelers. That will be must-watch television.
It's a home game, too.
Yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
Please. NFL.
Oh, God.
Sean and I and everyone else here are very desirous of Aaron Rodgers being with the Steelers.
Do you know what I love? Make it Thanksgiving.
Yo.
Make it Thanksgiving.
Sean, that's too much.
That is too much.
Let Aaron Rodgers.
Right now. Don't do that.
Let Aaron Rodgers get violated on one more Thanksgiving.
Can we take a Big D energy trip down to Ford Field?
Yes.
Oh my
just
gosh.
Watch the absolute cinema that's going to unfold. Lions, Steelers with Aaron Rodgers.
Neil, I'm just thinking about that glorious morning, like you and I being here doing the pregame show. No, I can't. I'm in. Spenny's telling me
we're going to see
we're
the
dreaming
king.
right now. This is like, oh my gosh.
Yes, please. I need this in my life.
It's too much.
It is.
Oh, wow.
I need it. Hey, did we finish off the March Madness nickel package?
No.
All right, finish it real quick.
All right, fourth question of the March Madness
We're not
nickel
even at the
package.
fifth one.
What non-MSU game are you looking forward to today?
What non-MSU
Vanderbilt, St. Mary's.
game? Really? That's why.
Very niche.
Why?
I like Vanderbilt.
Big Trains guy, are you?
I like teams that
There's
aren't.
people that like Vanderbilt.
I
believe it
like
or
teams
not.
that aren't normally in the
My
tournament.
homeboy, whatever.
Vanderbilt has battled their way in there. I mean, they had some good
I'll
transfers.
go with you. Okay.
And I also,
Okay.
I'm a known West Coast Conference hater. I don't like Gonzaga. I don't like I don't like St. Mary's. I'm not a fan of the
Hey,
WCC.
We talked about the click yesterday. This is where the click is appropriate.
This one's pretty good.
You just click at him and just keep it moving.
8-9. I like what you said earlier, kind of a mirror image, 29-28. This is a good first game on Friday game. It really is.
For me, it's North Carolina and Ole Miss.
That was my other one.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris Beard, at Ole Miss.
Right.
Fantastic basketball
Who do you like in
coach.
that game?
Questionable husband.
Ole Miss.
Fantastic basketball
Questionable
coach.
husband is
That's
crazy.
hilarious.
Why is it crazy?
It's just funny.
I didn't do it, allegedly.
It's fair.
Questionable.
No, break down your statement, Spenny. I have to hear it. Give me the why.
Shit, you
No,
put
it's
your-
Why is
crazy.
it, quote, crazy?
It's funny.
Oh, but it's not crazy.
That's what the kids mean.
Okay,
Give
sorry.
the times, Neil.
Sorry, Boomer. Sorry, Boomer. No, that's the one I want to see because I think legit Carolina.
Now,
If you're Michigan State, Spenny, you want no part of North Carolina
no.
coming off a win
No,
over Ole Miss.
I'd absolutely
No
not
part.
want
but
to
which
see that.
North Carolina are we going to get?
You don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
it.
There it is. I mean, how many of these teams are like that? That's what makes the tournament, right? I'll go with the overall body of work, though, and say North Carolina's going to North Carolina in that game. They are.
Oh, they're going to North Carolina.
North Carolina
Is it today? Is it Sunday?
Right.
Is it in the Sweet 16? I don't know.
We don't know.
How about you, Sean? You got anyone in particular?
No, I'll go with that. That's good. Yeah, that's
okay,
good.
that's fair.
And finally, final question of this nickel package: do officials get too involved?
Yes, they do, and not because we're not here to see the officials. Sean, what I'm tired of seeing, and we see it every single game, and I text you guys in the chat when it's about to happen. If it's a game I'm sitting down watching, I can predict it. I'm tired of the chasing a call. I'm tired of, because fouls are 5-1, 6-1. I'm calling the next one on the team with one. I'm tired of the chase. Just call the game. NBA refs don't do that. They just call the game.
I'm a huge fan at this level. It's almost like you have the conversation. You hear it in hockey all the time, right? Official comes up to the captain and says, boy, here's my whistle. I'm going to put my whistle in my pocket until you make me take it out. These guys earn their way in the tournament. Let them play. Let the play dictate how it goes. And if it starts to get away, you warn them. And you look them right in the eye and you say, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted, so this is what you're going to get. Now I'm calling everything. But you guys dictate the play. And unfortunately, I do think there's a little too much of that.
Well, Big Con 51 says, yes, let them play. And I'm not even saying that. You can call it, but just call it. And if you call it, then continue to call it. And if you don't, then you don't. And you don't have to call a foul because fouls are 6-1.
It's what every player at every level says. If you're going to call it, make sure you call it 10 times out of 10. Yeah. Just be consistent.
All around the
so
board.
we know where the line is. We know I've established where the line is for you. You made the choice to cross over it. And I think that's the issue more often than not with officiating.
And Neil isn't BSing you with this either. I was sitting here with him while we were watching the Louisville-Creighton game, and he literally told me the next foul will be on Creighton. I can guarantee it. And the next time down the floor, their center sets a perfectly legal screen, and they call a foul just to even it up. It's absolutely insane.
You could use that knowledge to your benefit from time to time. I'm just saying that. Sean.
Oh!
Bang! And one.
Bang! Bang!
Yeah. Go to the monitor.
Yeah, right. Review.
Sean, you with us Monday?
Yeah, I'll be here Monday. Looking forward to it,
Boom.
boys.
We'll be back at it. For Spenny, for Young Justin, for Chase, for KG, Sean Belize, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Enjoy the tournament, everybody. Well,
Hunt Dick.
See you later.
Hunt Dick.